Mid-Utah Radio presents high school baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Baseball is what gets inside you. It's what lights you up. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
This broadcast is powered by Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring, Barrett's Food Town, Mason Machinery, the Jorgensen Automotive Group, Sunrise Engineering, D.P. Curtis Trucking, Farmers Insurance Agents Dan and Gabe Cranny, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Clear Sight Glass Solutions, San Pete Steel, Gunnison Valley Hospital, and Intermountain Power.
I know it's gotta be that can't eat, can't sleep, reach for the stars, over the fence, World Series kind of stuff, right?
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of high school baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And welcome now once again to Cape Field at Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Ty Hill on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports for Day 3 of the 3A Baseball State Tournament here in Salt Lake as we get ready for the one-loss bracket semifinal game between the Juab Wasps and the Union Cougars. This is the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show. Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet on the north end of Richfield, right there at the I-70 interchange. All you can eat pizza, pasta, salad, drinks, ice cream, it's all there at Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet in Richfield. All right, as we look forward to today's game, well, it's been 2 days of miserable weather, Ty, and we don't want to jinx it, but the sun comes out, and it's really quite a nice morning.
Absolutely. It's beautiful out here compared to the last few days, and I believe that with the weather like this, you know, anything can happen on a day like this. I mean, people are coming out, a couple jackets here and there, but I feel like as the day goes on, people will kind of get rid of the jackets and such like that.
Been small crowds because of the horrible weather, and so hopefully we'll get a little more crowds out here today as well. Looking at the news and notes coming into today's game, Union comes in again as the number 7 seed with an 18-11 record. They went 8-2 in Region 14 play, finishing in second place in the region. They are coached by Matt Labram. Juab, the number 2 seed, a 20-6 record overall. They went 12-2 in Region 12 play as the region champions. They are coached by Josh Park. Last game played for Union, well, it was a forgettable one for the Cougars as they lost to Manti yesterday 20-7, giving up 15 runs in the first inning. 13 of those runs were unearned. And so now if you're Coach Labram, your task is to help those kids just move past it and forget about yesterday.
Yeah, 100%. You got to have a short memory when you're in a tournament like this, and you got to come in and you have to understand that you beat this Juab team just a couple days ago. So you got to come in with the same mentality of, you know, a winner's mentality. So you have to understand that, and Coach Labram will get his players ready for sure.
Some positives from yesterday's game. Peyton Marks was 2 for 2 with an RBI and a double. Hayden Rich was 2 for 4 with a run scored. And on the mound, one of the 5 pitchers that Union trotted out there, Gavin Wilkerson, did go an inning and a third. He gave up 3 runs, none of them earned on 2 hits in his inning and a third. For Juab yesterday, they got the win over North Sanpete 6-1 in that game for the Wasps. Garrett Hofer was 2 for 2 with a run scored and a double. Connor Cowan's bat has been coming alive as he goes 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, a triple, and a home run. And Landon Buchanan, for the second day in a row, was big in relief. He got the win on the mound, going 4 innings, giving up no runs on 1 hit, 4 strikeouts to 0 base on balls for Buchanan. And Juab still didn't look like the Juab team that maybe we're expecting to see, but they just played a really solid baseball game yesterday.
Yeah, I think they're coming alive at the right time. I think it took them a game to kind of figure out how the field plays and everything. So I feel like as they come into this game, I think it's going to be, you know, another good game for the Wasps.
Last time these two teams met, as Ty already mentioned, on Monday, Union got the 3-2 win to upset Juab in Game 1 of bracket play. In that game for the Cougars, Gavin Roberts was 2 for 3 with a run scored and a double. Camden Franson was 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And on the mound, Peyton Marks was marvelous. He went 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, just 1 earned on 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 0 walks in just 70 pitches for Peyton Marks, which means he's available tomorrow if the Union's able to come through and force the if game against Manti. For Juab in that game, Austin Park was 2 for 3 with a run scored. Connor Cowan was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a double. And again, Landon Buchanan on the mound, 2 innings pitched, no runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts to 0 base on balls in the game for the senior pitcher. So they saw each other 2 days ago. What's the mentality now for these two teams coming into this game here today?
You know, I think if it's Juab, you're trying to just get right. I think you're trying to get back to the team that you know you are. Just being back to the dominant force that you can be. And if you're Union, you know, like I said earlier, you're trying to flush what happened yesterday just totally away. You're trying to forget what happened. So you're coming into this game, fresh new day. They got their cream-looking unis on. They look nice. You know, they're here to play. That's the mentality you have to have coming into this, is that you're going to come out and you're going to play well.
These two teams have played 15 times over the last 9 years. Juab leads the series 8-7, so it's been a pretty good battle. Union, of course, won the last one. Juab's last win was just last year when they were in the same region. As far as common opponents goes, Union is 1-6 against common opponents, while Juab comes into the record of 8-2. Union's one win was Wasatch, and they've lost to Carbon, Emory, Desert Hills, Cedar Valley, Cedar, and now Manti. For Juab, their two losses are Desert Hills and Manti. They swept Carbon, swept Emory, beat Cedar Valley, beat Cedar, beat Wasatch, and split with the Manti Templars in region play. The stats on the year for these teams: Union comes in averaging 9.5 runs per game. They're giving up just less than 5. For Juab, they're averaging 8.5 runs per game, giving up just over 3.5. So Union has a little more firepower as far as their runs per game are concerned, but Juab keeps teams down a little better as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the big thing is just pitching wins games. As long as you can keep teams off the scoreboard, you put yourself in a good chance to win ball games.
Let's look at those team stats for these teams. Union comes in with a .350 team batting average, .481 on base. For Juab, it's a .338 batting average and a .466 on base percentage. Both of them solid numbers. For Union, as a team ERA, 3.37, really good numbers. Juab's, though, at 2.85. So both teams, they can both hit, they can both pitch.
Absolutely. And I think a big thing is the region that these two teams play. Again, the region that Juab's in is a very strong one compared to Union. It's a little weaker, so the 2.85 ERA by the Wasps is very impressive, especially in the region that they play in.
Yes, and you look at the leaders for these two teams coming in today. For Union, Peyton Marks leads the way, a .432 batting average, hitting at the leadoff spot, 37 runs scored, 34 RBIs, 15 doubles, 4 triples, and 17 stolen bases. Gannon Labrum follows him up with a .408 batting average, 38 runs scored, 37 RBIs, 6 doubles, 6 triples, 6 home runs, and 17 stolen bases. And on the mound, the sophomore Tyson Marks has the best numbers, a 4-0 record with a 1.06 ERA in 19 2/3 innings with 13 strikeouts compared to 10 base on balls. We haven't seen Marks yet this tournament, and we won't see him to start the game today, but maybe see him come on later on in relief. For Juab, they're led by what one coach called him all-world, Austin Park. .589 batting average, 40 runs scored, 55 RBIs, 13 doubles, 3 triples, 6 home runs, and 18 stolen bases. There's no doubt he leads the way.
Absolutely. He's like the best 5-2 player. He's like the definition of what a 5-2 player is. He can hit the ball well. He can score runs. He can drive ball into gaps. He can run bases. He does everything that you want your best player to do. And I think he'll continue to dominate the way he's dominated, since he was a freshman. So.
Then Connor Cowan follows him up. He's having a big tournament, is Cowan, a .398 batting average on the year, 19 runs scored, 35 RBIs, 7 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, and 10 stolen bases. Then on the mound, Austin Park leads the way there. The record of 6-1, a 1.42 ERA in 44 1/3 innings pitched with 74 strikeouts to 7 base on balls, nearly an 11-1 ratio.
That's crazy. Again, for a pitcher to do well, it's to eliminate walks and free bases. So the fact that he's 74 Ks to 7 walks is, crazy. I've never seen numbers like that.
Juab is favored by 8 runs by Max Prep's ranking system coming into today. Current streak for the Cougars, they've lost their last one. For Juab, they've won their last one. And what's next? Well, the winner plays Manti at 4:30 this afternoon. The loser will have their season come to an end here today at Salt Lake Community College. There's your news and notes here inside the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show. We'll take a break and come back with our coaches' comments next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet is now open in Ridgefield. Come in today and experience an awesome salad bar and pasta choices with 12 different premium pizzas, breadsticks, ice cream, and bottomless drinks. Oh yeah, and it's all you can eat. Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet is now open at 1475 North Main in Ridgefield with lots of convenient parking and quick in and out all-you-can-eat buffet-style dining. That's Ross's Pizza and Pasta, all-you-can-eat buffet, open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the North I-70 exit in Ridgefield.
Barrett's Food Town has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Food Town. Barrett's Food Town supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Food Town in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
In the beginning, glass repair meant a long trip to the city. Inconvenient, but it got the job done. Then came the big chains, quick but costly. Then Clear Sight Glass Solutions rolled into town. For 15 years, they've been making your life easier with mobile and in-shop services. Because they're local, and they genuinely care about keeping you safe on the road. They even recalibrate for new models. Visit them on Main Street or at clearsightglasssolutions.com. Keep it clear, keep it local with Clear Sight Glass Solutions in Nephi.
Drive for a winning team. DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on dpcurtis.com.
Your source for high school sports.
KSVC.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Ty Hill on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports. As we continue with the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show, we'll jump now into our coaches' comments this morning here at Kate Field at Salt Lake Community College. We're joined now by Coach Matt Laburn with the Union Cougars at the 3A Baseball State Tournament and the one-loss at semifinals today going up against Juab. Coach, first off, looking at your team, there's no bones about it. Really rough first inning yesterday, giving up 15 runs to Manti. How do you expect to see your guys respond today coming in a day later?
I expect us to respond well. That stuff happens. You have rough days. We've put that behind us and we're ready to start today. So I'm excited about today.
Looking at your team, Peyton Marks got a couple of good hits yesterday. Obviously, he's a key piece for you at the top of the lineup. Who else do you look at today, though, they need to step up and lead the way for you hitting-wise?
Peyton's been, he's been solid. He's solid on the mound, been solid at the plate all year for us, and so we look to him. We need to get some stuff out of PJ Hancock and Tyson Marks and Hayden Rich, Xander Nilsson. Those guys. Looking forward for them to have a big day today.
You do get Gannon back for today. What do you want to see out of him after having to miss yesterday's game?
We're excited to get him back, and he's excited. He hates sitting. He's been bugging me crazily, so we're excited to get him back in the game. And hopefully he'll just relax and play ball, not try to do too much.
You beat Juab on Monday 3-2. What are you expecting to see from them today, though?
I expect a good, solid game. They're tough. They're a tough team. They swing it well. They do things right. We're going to have to play clean and throw strikes and make the plays that come to us. And I expect it to be a great game.
Who are you going with on the mound in this game, and what do you want to see out of him?
Gavin Roberts is going to go for us, and just expect him to stay around the strike zone, make competitive pitches. Stay low in the zone and, keep us in the ball game and do everything he can.
And we've talked about it before, but anybody in their lineup you feel like you got to be careful with?
I think their 2-3 hitters are really tough. You just can't thing about them. You can't just say, okay, well, we'll just attack this guy. All of them can swing it, and so we have to be pretty particular in the pitches that we throw and make sure that we're making quality pitches every opportunity that we have.
And then what 2 or 3 things have to happen today for your team to get the win?
Same thing I said last time. On the mound we got to throw strikes. Don't give up freebies. We got to play better defense today, and then we got to swing it. We haven't swung it yet, really. I don't feel like we've swung it like we have all year, and so we got to be a little more aggressive in the strike zone.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us, and good luck today.
All right. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it.
Once again, Coach Matt Laburn of the Union Cougars here inside the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show. And Ty, as you got to hear his comments, your thoughts, what he had to say coming into this game.
I think the thing that stands out to me most is that getting Gannon back. I think he's a pivotal part to their offense. I think getting him back is going to, revitalize not just their whole team, or actually not just their offense, but their whole team. So I think getting him back, and of course, throwing strikes and eliminating freebies. Again, can't have walks, can't give them free outs with the errors. Just got to attack the zone. So, yeah.
All right, we'll look for those things throughout the game. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with Coach Josh Park of the Juab Wasps next in the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Are you feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or struggling to cope with life's challenges? You're not alone. Finding the right support is the first step towards healing and wellness. Ryan Eddins, a licensed clinical social worker at Gunnison Valley Hospital's Family Practice and Wellness, is a trusted mental health professional who uses a variety of psychotherapy treatments, including EMDR, to help his patients take charge of their mental health and start living a more fulfilling life. Call Ryan Eddins at 435-528-2222 to schedule your appointment today.
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
Live high school sports action on
KSVC.
Welcome back again to Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Ty Hill inside of the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports. And we'll continue now here with our Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show as we continue with our coaches' comments. And we've already heard from Coach Matt Labrum of the Union Cougars, and now we'll take a look at Coach Josh Park of the Juab Wasps. We're joined now by Coach Josh Park of the Juab Wasps with the 3A Baseball State Tournament in the one-loss semifinals of bracket play. Coach, looking at your team coming off a 6-1 win over North Sanpete yesterday, where do you feel like you're at now coming into this third day, hoping to get 2 games in?
Yeah, I think we're getting back to being ourselves a little bit. I mean, the boys have since that game yesterday, it won't be lack of preparation. I think they've each got about 500 to 600 swings in since then, and I think a lot of them are seeing the ball, so you feel good about the preparation. So, like I told them, all we can do is prepare for it, and outcomes are what they are.
Going up against the Union team that beat you on Monday 3-2, what do you want to see differently from your team here today?
I just want to see us hit the ball, be a little better at getting our pitch. Not saying being relaxed at the plate, but more so being selective of getting our pitch and then being ultra aggressive on our pitch. Where the other day I felt like we were hitting their pitches and hitting them lackluster in early counts too, and so that's got to change today for us for sure.
You're seeing a Union team that played really well against you Monday. Didn't have as good of a game yesterday against Manti. What are you expecting to see out of them?
I expect to see the team we saw Monday. And I think even Coach Labrum would tell you, the team they were yesterday was not the team I watched them play for 6-7 games as I scouted them. So I know that's not them. So we're not looking past them at all. And obviously with them beating us already, I mean we have a task ahead of us.
Connor Cowan's bat's really come alive this week. What are you seeing out of him, and who else do you look at and say we need to have step up?
Yeah, Connor, it's funny because, baseball's a funny sport because, in all honesty, the last 2 weeks he's been tattooing the ball, just tattooing it at people. And so it started to fall for him a little bit. And obviously that helps, put a little wind in the wings. And so, but the rest of the crew, we made a few lineup adjustments, not because anybody's doing, we just feel like we got to change it up just a little bit, and hopefully that'll shake things up a little bit, but also looking for Canyon to get back on track over the last 24 hours. He's swinging it really well, and so is Jimmy. So, I mean, we've got some guys that are capable of really putting the bat on the ball. We just got to do that today to have a chance.
Who are you going with on the mound in this game, and what do you want to see out of him?
We're going with Garrett Hofer. He does a great job of just pounding the zone and keeping hitters off balance. So our hope is that's what he does today is just that, minimize walks, which he usually does a great job of, and keep hitters off balance and pitch to contact. That's let our defense do what they do well and make plays.
We talked about it Monday, but anybody on their team you feel like you got to make sure you're careful with?
Yeah, their 1-2 punch, not having Labrum yesterday for them, you could see it took quite a bit out of them, and so he brings a lot of energy and a lot of spunk to that team. So, that 1-2 we got to be really careful with, and then their young talent is fully capable of putting bats on balls and getting you as well. So we've got to make sure that we're on our toes all throughout.
And I'll ask it again: what 2 or 3 things have to happen for your team to get the win?
I think number one, we got to come out with energy, and we've got to come out with the bats blazing, and we got to throw strikes. If we can do those 2 things, I really, really, really like our chances.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us, and good luck today.
All right. Thanks, Robert.
Once again, Coach Josh Park of the Juab Wasps here inside the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show. And Ty, as you got to hear his comments, your thoughts, what he had to say coming into the game.
I think the biggest thing is what he said at first, hitting their pitches. Again, it's easy as being a hitter to, try and force your way to hit a ball or try and actually, force yourself instead of letting a pitcher come to you, get your fastball that you want to hit. That's the big thing with this Juab team. Again, their offense is explosive, and for them to be the explosive offense that they are, they have to not chase out of the zone. They have to get fastballs in the zone, be disciplined, and drive the baseball like they're capable of doing.
So there's your coach's comments as we wrap up the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet pregame show. The Juab Wasps have taken the field. Let's go ahead and give the starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Union Cougars. Here's Ty Hill.
Okay, leading off, it's Peyton Marks, number 10, playing second base. Hitting second, Gannon Labrum, number 2, he's playing center. Number 3, Xander Nilsson, he is number 7, playing left. Hitting fourth is Gavin Roberts, number 15, he'll be pitching. Hitting fifth will be Hayden Rich, number 12, he will be catching. Hitting sixth will be P.J. Hancock, number 21. He'll be playing shortstop. Number 7, Tyson Marks, number 18, will be playing first base. Hitting eighth will be Camden Franson, number 25, will be DHing. Number 9 will be Cade Franson, number 26, he'll be in right field. And number 10 being DH for Chase Nilsson, and he'll be at second base.
Or third base.
Third base, sorry.
Yes.
Third base.
So we're ready to go. We'll give you the Juab starting lineup here shortly, but Garrett Hofer is on the mound for the Wasps. Right-handed pitcher prefers to work from the stretch as Peyton Marks stands in on the left side for Union. First pitch from Hofer. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
It's a great start. For Hofer to attack the zone, get a swing and miss. You're going to see the outfielders right now shifted a little bit to the right side with the lefty swinger.
So an 0-1 count. As Hofer again comes set. The 0-1 delivery. That one's going to miss high and away for ball one and a 1-1 count.
Again, another good spot, living on the corners. That's what you need to do as a pitcher, is just not throw it down the middle, live on the corners, paint corners.
Marks back in on the left side. As Hansen relays the sign from the dugout, and Hofer again comes set. 1-1 pitch to the leadoff batter, curveball. Catches the outside edge for a called strike, 2 and a 1-2 count.
Again, that's another good pitch right there.
We don't see a lot of high school umpires wear the suit coat. But
no, not many. I don't see that very often.
Digging the home plate umpire in the suit coat today. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and a foul tip back to the screen as Marks battles to stay alive.
Good. Again, it's Peyton Marks right here with 2 strikes. Again, your job now behind in the count is just to compete. Got to put a bat on the ball, put a ball in play, give yourself a chance to reach base right here.
Hofer again comes set as he takes the sign. Hansen sets up outside, 1-2 delivery. He's going to miss outside, 4-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 marks. In the field for Juab at third base, it is Luke Morostica, Mr. Utility Man as a freshman. Austin Park at shortstop. Tate Halverson at second. Connor Cowan at first. 2-2 curveball. Swung on. High pop up to the right side. Halverson one step back into the painted green turf for out number 1. A P4 for Marks. Pop up to the second baseman for the first out of the inning.
Again, that's a great start. Great start for Hofer right there. Little jam shot fly ball to second baseman. It's a good start.
So that'll bring Gannon Labrum to the plate. Again, didn't get to play yesterday. He's back in the lineup today. And a big start here for Labrum. They weren't thinking he was going to be able to start. They thought he'd have to sit for 2 more innings based on the 7-inning rule, but it was just a game.
Yep.
And so he is able to come back in. First pitch, thought about it, held off. Watches ball 1 go by high.
Just missed above the zone right there. Just missed.
In the outfield for Juab, Bryce Bowles in center. Trayson Coombs in left. Jimmy Larson in right. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. 4 strike, 1 and a 1-1 count.
Again, with Gannon Labrum in the lineup, I think he's going to add a big boost to this Union club right here.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on base here in the top of the first inning. Hofer out of the stretch. The 1-1 delivery. Misses upstairs for ball 2.
Getting ahead of the count right here with Labrum. Let's see if he can take advantage of a ball right here. Got to get back in the zone if you're Hofer.
2 balls and a strike. Again, the center fielder, Bryce Bowles, remains shifted slightly into right center field as Hofer misses with the curveball outside. 3-1 hitters count now for Labrum. So he digs back in on the left side. Larson guarding the line down right. 3-1 pitch. Stays upstairs for ball 4, so Labrum draws the 1 out base on balls as he heads to first base.
Yeah, good at bat right there. Got ahead in the count and just didn't chase anything. Again, that's what you need as a hitter, is not to chase. Get a ball you can drive, and if it's not there, you take your walk.
Again, they made the decision yesterday to just move the rest of the 3A tournament here to Salt Lake Community College away from Gatesfield at Kearns High School due to the weather, and everybody's been playing on the turf field this week, either at BYU or here, and so they've just brought everybody here today. Labrum takes a lead at first. First pitch to Xander Nilsson. Misses up for ball one. So they've changed the lineup a little bit today, has Union. Moving Xander Nilsson up to this 3 spot, and Gavin Roberts will be hitting cleanup. Labrum with the 2.5-step lead at first base. 1-0 pitch, swung on. Slow ground ball to the right side. Charging is Halverson. Throw to first is in time. Nice play by Halverson for the 4-3 ground out and the second out of the inning. Labrum, though, does move up a bag into scoring position at second base.
It's a really tough play for a second baseman right there. Got to come up on a ball and got to get it out quick, and he did a really great job right there.
And because it had that spin on it,
yes.
So if you try to run through that spin, you'll often spin out of your glove.
Yeah,
but he broke down,
yeah,
like the breakdown. He knew that was the best way to get it out.
Yeah.
It took a little more time.
Yep.
But the breakdown made it so the ball couldn't spin out of his glove, as now Gavin Roberts stands in on the right side for Union. First pitch from Hofer. Off speed. Drops in for a called strike one on the inside edge.
It's a good pitch right there, but as a hitter, it's not what you're looking for first pitch. You're trying to get a fastball, so you'll take that right there.
So an 0-1 count.
You see Austin Park before pitches giving the signs to Hofer, giving him if there's going to be a pick play or not.
Yeah, and they've done really well with that timing play this year.
Mm-hmm.
Hofer's going to step off the mound.
You see the center fielder not playing extremely, I'd say he's kind of in the middle, not extremely deep right here.
Yeah, ball's not real deep. The wind has been blowing out to left for the last 2 days. Yesterday, really out to left. And today, not much of a wind. Still a little bit of a breeze going out to left, but not like it has been. There's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball on the inside edge. Strike two.
Good couple breaking balls right there if you're Hofer. Again, if you're hitting right now you just got to battle. Now you took 2 breaking balls. Now you got to battle.
So an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on second for the Cougars. Top of the first inning, no score between Union and Juab in this one-loss semifinal game of bracket play. Hofer checks Labrum. 0-2 pitch, fastball, foul to the right side out towards the trees as Roberts battles to stay alive. That tree saved the car.
I was about to say, that tree also took a shot right there. I think I saw some branches fall.
Yeah, Roberts hit it hard.
There's a big gap between center and right field right there, right in the right center gap. Humongous.
Yeah, Larson's staying pretty much close to the line there and right, with balls shifted slightly into left center. 0-2 count remains. The pitch from Hofer. Swung on, high pop up to right field. Halverson going out, Larson coming in, and that one's going to drop between them. Labrum will score from second on the play, and Union strikes first. They lead at 1-0 with the RBI pop-up single for Gavin Roberts.
Just kind of dumped it into no man's land right there. Again, 0-2 count, being able to put a ball in play. That's all you got to do, and just... Again, found no man's land right there. It was a great jump by Labrum with 2 outs and able to come in to score and give the Union a 1-0 lead here in top 1.
So that'll bring Hayden Rich to the plate now for the Cougars. You heard Coach Labrum talking about needing Rich to get going as well at the plate. They did bring on the speed-up runner, and it catch the number of them. They've been using Davin Brotherson quite a bit in that role. I think that's who that is. 32?
32.
Yep, so Davin Brotherson there at first base replaces the pitcher Gavin Roberts. Now the catcher Hayden Rich stands in. 2 outs, 1 on, 1-0 Union here in the top of the first inning. Over sets. He's going to turn and throw to first, not in time as Brotherson dives back safely.
You know, after what happened yesterday, that's a great start for Union. That's a great start, especially after the Manti game yesterday. Getting up 1-0 early is very big, very big.
Brotherson takes his lead, about a 2-step lead for Brotherson. First pitch to Rich. Swung on, hard hit line drive through the 5-6 hole on the left side. It'll be picked up by Coombs in left. Brotherson will hold at second, but back-to-back singles for the Cougars. Runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Yeah, hit a ball hard right there through the 5-6 hole.
Time is called as they bring on the speed-up runner. It'll be Jackson Christensen replacing the catcher at first base.
Going to see Juab's catcher going out and talking to Hofer a little bit. Just trying to calm it down. Again, got 2 outs. You're only 1 pitch away from getting out of it. Just need 1 pitch.
before that last hit by Rich, nothing had been hit hard. He walked Labrum, then a weak ground ball for an out, weak pop-up for an RBI, and then you've got that hard hit line drive. P.J. Hancock now stands in on the right side for the Cougars. Runners take their lead, neither of them really being held on. Brotherson at second, Christensen at first. Curveball, going to drop off low for ball one.
Just missed right there. Again, you're seeing Hofer start with a curveball early. Again, if you're Union, you kind of take that into account and remember that. Put that away for later.
Runners again take their lead. Hofer sets. 1-0 pitch, another curveball, drops off low and in. Good block by Hansen to hold the runners, 2-0 count.
Yeah, it's a huge block right there. You know, by blocking that ball, your runners don't advance, and you keep the force.
Hitters count for Hancock. Two-0 pitch. Swung on, fly ball into right field. Larson is there, has to jump and catch it. Took a couple running steps in, then the ball kept carrying. He does make the catch. An L9 for Hancock. Line out to right for the third out of the inning, but Union strikes first. They get 1 run on 2 hits in the inning. No errors committed by Juab, and 2 runners left on base through 1/2 inning of play. It's Union 1, Juab 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network at TeamHive.live and KSL Sports.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
You benefit from the big savings and teamwork when you deal with Jorgensen Chevrolet and Jorgensen Ford, also known as the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group will save you money and hassle because the Jorgensen Auto Group will make sure you get a good deal with every car, truck, and SUV at both Jorgensen Ford in Richfield and Jorgensen Chevrolet in Ephraim. If you're within the sound of my voice, rest assured that the Jorgensen Automotive Group makes car buying less stressful and cheaper than the big megacity dealers every day. Team up with the Jorgensen Automotive Group today.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
This is Central Utah's sports leader,
KSVC.
Back here at Salt Lake Community College, let's give you the starting lineup for the Juab Wasps. Leading it off is the center fielder, number 7, Bryce Bowles. Hitting the 2-hole, the shortstop, number 11, Austin Park. Batting third, the first baseman, number 23, Connor Cowan. The cleanup hitter is today's pitcher, number 17, Garrett Hofer. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 25, Kai Hansen. Hitting sixth is the designated hitter, number 19, Canyon Mattinson. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 16, Jimmy Larson. Hitting in the 8-hole is the second baseman, number 2, Tate Halverson. Rounding out the batting order is the third baseman, number 1, Luke Morostica. And playing left field, being DH'd for, is number 5, Trayson Coombs for the Wasps. Union leads 1-0 going into the bottom of the first inning. Juab brings the top of the order to the plate. Bryce Bowles, Austin Park, Connor Cowan. And Bowles will square to bunt and fouls that one down for strike one. If the Wasps get to the fourth batter of the inning, again, the cleanup hitter is Garrett Hofer. On the mound for Union, Gavin Roberts.
Yeah, you're going to see with the bunt right there, you're going to see the third baseman kind of playing in on the grass part of the turf and trying to take advantage. Bowles is trying to take advantage of his speed, try to get on base right here.
Next pitch swung on high, fly ball to left center, tailing away from Labrum. That one's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way to the warning track. Bowles rounding second, on his way to third, and the throw is not in time as Bowles leads off the inning with a triple for Juab.
It's a great swing right there by Bryce Bowles. Again, fouls off a bunt right there and then just tattoos a ball into the gap. Again, with his speed right there, it's an easy triple. It's an easy triple. That's a great start for Juab's offense. Again, that was a huge thing. It was a huge thing by Coach Park to try to get their offense going. Swing at their pitches, and that was Bryce's pitches right there.
That got Coach Park pumped up as he went and yelled at the dugout, talking to him, yelling at him in a positive way at that point.
Absolutely. Fire your team up right there.
And Juab has been waiting for Bryce Bowles to break out in the state tournament as well. See if that does it for him as Austin Park stands in on the right side. First pitch from Roberts. Swung on. Line drive to the left side. One hop. Fielded by Hancock at short. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 RBI ground out for Austin Park as Bowles comes in to score to tie the game 1-1 here in the bottom of the first. One out.
You know, I like that right there. Just trying to put a ball in play. You can score a run. Now tied up just in the blink of an eye.
That'll bring Connor Cowan to the plate. He's been swinging the hottest bat in the Juab lineup coming into today within the state tournament. First pitch from Roberts. It's going to drop off low for ball one. We haven't seen very many pitches this inning so far, just the fourth pitch of the inning.
Mm-hmm.
They do have the second baseman, Marks, playing almost straight up the middle with Cowan at the plate. Another off-speed pitch drops off low for ball two.
Yeah, again, I don't hate that move, but then you open up that huge hole right there. See if Cowan can take advantage.
Roberts comes into today's game with a 4.74 ERA for the Cougars. 2-0 hitters count pitch, swung on, line drive over the shortstop's head into left field for a base hit for Connor Cowan. So a one-out single for Cowan, and Juab has the go-ahead run on base here in the bottom of the first inning.
Again, looks like Juab's approaches right now in the first inning very strong. Again, they're just swing at their pitches and hit the ball hard. That's what Coach Park said, and 3 batters in, that looks like what they're doing.
So brings up Garrett Hofer, the cleanup hitter, with a chance to help out his own cause. As the pitcher of record for Juab, he stands in on the right side. Taking a lead at first is Cowan. Not much of a lead. About a step and a half is all. First pitch to Hofer. Swung on. Fly ball down the right field line. That will eventually drift foul and get into the batting cages for strike one.
You're going to see Cowan kind of bouncing over there at first base for a lead, trying to get a good timing. Try to time him up right there. Then Hofer right there just missed the ball right here. See if he can come back and drive a ball. Just missed the fastball.
So an 0-1 count to Hofer. So an 0-1 count. Cowan takes that 2-step lead. Roberts comes set. Cowan extends it. Now bounces back. Try to catch him in that hop, and he dives back safely on the throw by Roberts.
That's the one downside about that hopping movement. Sometimes you can get caught up in the air, and then all of a sudden, you get picked.
0-1 count. Off-speed pitch, swung on, fly ball into right center field, tailing from Labrum. Labrum on the run, dives and makes the catch. What a play by Gannon Labrum for out number 2. Cowan forced to get back to first base.
Again, you're seeing the impact he already has on the game right now. Again, he didn't play at all yesterday because of the ejection. But you're seeing it right now. Again, a humongous play right there just to get an out. That's a great play. That's a great play.
That brings to the plate Kai Hansen now for the Wasps. As Cowan again takes his lead. Curveball. This is up for ball one. 1-1 your score here in the bottom of the first inning between Juab and Union. Juab with the runner on first.
Kai has a little bit of pop in his bat with 6 doubles on the season. See if he can put a ball in a gap right here.
Turn and throw to first. Nearly had Cowan leaning, but he dives back safely.
Good move right there, trying to keep Cowan at first base.
Cowan takes off on the pitch, and it hits Hansen. So hit by pitch will put runners at first and second now for Juab. And it brings Kenyon Mattinson to the plate, another player that Coach Park has been waiting to break out.
Yes, absolutely. Again, Mattinson's a big kid, can drive a ball, out of the ballpark right here. So again, runner in scoring position. Let's see if Juab can capitalize. Again, these are better at bats by the Wasps. These are good at bats.
2 on, 2 outs. Mattinson standing on the right side. Roberts will step off the mound. As he looks the runners back. Coach Park talking to Connor Cowan at second base. Hayden Adams, a speed-up runner for Kai Hansen at first. First pitch from Roberts to Mattinson.
Good take right there.
Yeah, going to drop off low.
Again, if you're Canyon, you're sitting on one pitch. You're trying to get that ball you can drive into a gap and score a run. Again, don't try and do too much with the runner in scoring positions. 2 outs. All you got to do is put a ball in play. Runners will be going.
1-0 count. And Roberts sets. Fastball misses outside for ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Canyon Mattinson.
Again, right now, if you're Canyon, you're sitting in one spot. Don't chase a breaking ball away. Just get that fast. He's going to try and get you over with a fastball right here. Get a strike in. You take advantage right here.
There's the 2-0 pitch. That one will miss outside. Runners took off. Did he call that a called strike?
Called it a strike right there.
Did call it a strike. So caught the outside edge, but Cowan does steal, as does Adams to second base. So 2 runners in scoring position now for the Wasps.
Now if you're Roberts right here, now you really don't have to worry about the runner so much. Now you're just going right at the batter. And
they're going to call time as Cowan getting checked on as he dove into the bag.
Getting his sliding mitt back on.
So 2 balls and a strike to Mattinson. 2 runners in scoring position for Juab here in a tie ball game. Bottom of the first, 1-1 your score. Mattinson on the right side. Roberts sets. 2-1 pitch. Misses high, and it gets past off the glove of Rich, and coming in to score is Connor Cowan. Juab takes the lead, 2-1.
Yeah, just a ball up. Catcher wasn't able to get his glove up in time, and Juab takes the lead, 2-1. Pitching coach for Union coming out.
So 2-1 Juab here in the bottom of the first inning. They've got Hayden Adams at third, and a hitter's count 3-1 for Canyon Mattinson at the plate. As Union comes out to visit with Roberts on the mound and to visit with the infield. Got a good look, good replay there of that wild pitch, and Cowan coming in.
Yeah, right here, if you're Union's pitching coach right here, you're just telling them to relax. Again, attack the zone right here. Let your defense help you. Again, Union earlier in the inning made a spectacular play out in center with Labrum sliding and diving for that ball. Again, if you're Gavin Roberts, you just attack right here. You go right after him.
3-1 count. Adams at third. 2 outs in the inning. Canyon Mattinson at the plate. Left fielder Xander Nilsson playing pretty deep at left. Labrum not too deep, about middle field and center. Here's the 3-1 from Roberts. Off-speed pitch, drops in for a called strike 2 and a full count.
It's a good pitch right there to get back in the zone. Again, now if you're Mattinson, now it's full count. Now you're competing right here. Got to put a ball in play.
Count's full. He digs back in. Roberts takes the sign. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, high fly ball into shallow left. Going back is Hancock. He's not going to get there as it lands in the Bermuda Triangle between 3 players, and Canyon Mattinson comes through with a pop-up RBI single.
Yeah, just finds a hole right there. Again, kind of in no man's land, just a little dumping fly ball for a ribby. Again, counts all the same in the book. It's ribby right there.
Makes it now 3-1. Juab leading here in the bottom of the first inning with Jimmy Larson coming to the plate. Mattinson takes the lead at first. First pitch from Roberts. Fastball, fouled back to the screen, strike 1.
Jimmy Larson has 7 doubles and 1 triple on this season. Has potential to put a ball in a gap and get running.
Mattinson, short lead at first.
Again, with a field like this, whenever you hit it in the gaps, you can go running for sure.
Throw to first, not in time, as Mattinson just steps back to the bag. Again, he was only about a step off. Oh, 1 count. Pitch from Roberts. Swung on. High foul ball to the left side. Out of play for strike 2 and an 0-2 count.
I like the aggressiveness that the Wasps have brought to their offense today. Again, not just trying to be aggressive, trying to play their style of baseball, their style of hitting. And again, putting 3 runs on the board, it's working out right now. Let's see if Jimmy Larson can compete with 2 strikes right here.
He'll stand back in on the right side. Counts 0-2. Roberts from the stretch. Mattinson takes the lead at first. Mattinson takes off. The 0-2 pitch misses up, and they don't even try to throw out Mattinson as he steals second base on ball 1.
Just missed right there. It's a good take by Jimmy Larson, but just missed. Just missed for Gavin Roberts. Just off the plate.
So 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mattinson in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Line drive. Past the diving Hancock at shortstop. Into the gap. Mattinson will come around to score. It's an RBI single for Jimmy Larson. 4-1 Juab.
You can see Juab's dugout getting super, super excited after that right there. Again, that steal right there by Canyon Mattinson comes back in a positive way for the Wasps. RBI single. 4-1 Wasps.
So that'll bring Tate Halverson to the plate now for Juab, the 8th batter of the inning. They've plated 4, leading Union 4-1. Larson takes a lead at first. About a 2-step lead, step and a half lead. Turn and throw, not in time as he dives back safely.
Tate made a great play at second base in the top half of the first right here. See if he can put a ball in play. Let's see if he can hit it right here.
Robert sets. First pitch swung on. Line drive into left field will get down for a base hit. Runners at first and second now for Juab with the 9th batter of the inning, Luke Morostica, coming to the plate.
Good swing right there to pull a ball. Good swing. Looks like Coach Labram's coming out.
So a pitching change coming for the Cougars as Coach Labram makes his way out of the dugout. We'll take the break for the pitching change. They're going to send Tyson Marks in. So it looks like Marks will be coming in to pitch for Union with 2 outs. Juab has 2 on, 4 runs across. They lead it over Union 4-1 here in the bottom of the first inning of the 3A Baseball State Tournament on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents, Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out and Shepherd's does the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks. Shop 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield and the deal's done.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on
KSVC.
We're back here at Cape Field on the campus of Salt Lake Community College as the Union Cougars have made a pitching change, and they bring in the sophomore Tyson Marks with a 1.06 ERA on the season. In 19 2/3 innings pitched, he replaces Gavin Roberts. Roberts will move over to play third base. Chase Nilsson goes from third base to second base, and Peyton Marks goes from second base to first base to replace Tyson Marks. So just some changes in the infield. And a new pitcher on for Union with Luke Morostica coming to the plate for Juab with 2 on and 2 outs.
Again, Luke Morostica, just a freshman, batting .354 for this Juab Wasp team. Very impressive.
Runners will take their lead. Larson at second, Halverson at first. Long look at second by Marks. First pitch, swung on, fouled back out of play for strike 1.
Again, I like that if you're Luke. Again, first pitch being aggressive right there. New pitcher trying to get a strike on. Let's see if Tyson Marks can again attack the zone right here.
He'll come set as he goes from the stretch. That one's going to cross the inside corner for a called strike 2 to Morostica and an 0-2 count.
It's a good pitch right there on the inside part of the plate. Almost looked like a slider right there.
Runners take their lead as again Mark sets. Morostica digs in on the left side. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's going to miss outside for ball 1. Take their sign from Coach Park at third base. 2 outs in the inning. Juab leads 4-1 over Union here in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-2 to Morostica. Curveball. Caught the outside edge for a called strike 3, and Morostica will go down looking for the 3rd out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Tyson Marks, but Juab takes the lead as they get 4 runs in the inning. They do so on 5 hits in the inning. No errors committed by Union, and 2 runners left on base through 1 inning of play. It is Juab 4, Union 1 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Connection for high school sports.
KSVC.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College as we go to the top of the 2nd inning with Juab leading Union 4-1 in this one-loss semifinal game. The Cougars will bring the 7, 8, 9 batters to the plate this inning. Tyson Marks, Camden Franson, and Cade Franson. If they get to the 4th batter, the leadoff hitter is Peyton Marks. Garrett Hofer still a mound for Juab. First pitch to Marks, right down the middle, strike 1.
Again, Tyson Marks, the new pitcher for the Union Cougars. Let's see if he can help himself out, but get himself on base.
He'll stand back in on the left side. Here's the 0-1 from Hofer. Swung on, line drive back up the middle into left center field, is down for a base hit. Bowles over to cut it off. Marks rounds first, heads for second, and he will come in with a leadoff double for the Cougars.
It's a good swing right there, driving the ball the other way into a gap for a double. Puts him in scoring position. Again, that's a good response for Union. Again, falling behind early, get first batter up, drives the ball in a gap. It's a good response. Let's see if they can score him.
So it'll bring Camden Franson to the plate. He'll stand in on the right side as Hofer will work from the stretch. Checks Marks at second base. First pitch, swung on. Hard hit, ground ball, fair down the left field line. That one will go all the way down inside the bullpen for a ground rule double. RBI double for Camden Franson. Makes it 4-2, Juab leading, but the Cougars with 2 hard hit balls to lead off the second.
Yes, really hard hit ball. Right down the line for back-to-back doubles right there. Makes it 4-2. Josh Park coming in asking if it was really fair or not. But again, Camden Franson right there drives the ball right down the line.
That one went right around third base, and again, he hit it hard. So that brings Cade Franson to the plate now for Union. He stands in on the right side. Hofer checks Camden at second. First pitch to Cade Franson on the inside half, strike 1.
Not a huge lead by Camden out there at second base. Again, let's see if Cade can, again, find a hole. Let's see if we can get 3 doubles in a row right here. Looks like Union has somebody out in their bullpen warming up.
Let's see who that is. 0-1 pitch on the outside edge for a called strike 2 to Franson and an 0-2 count.
It's a good pitch right there by Hofer. Again, attacking on the outside of the plate right there. Again, 0-2 count. Let's see if we can put him away.
So no balls, 2 strikes. No outs here in the top of the second. 1 run across for Union. Juab leads 4-2. Hofer sets. Here's the 0-2 to Franson. It's going to miss low and away for ball 1.
Again, it's a good pitch right there. See if you can get him to chase. Still way ahead in the count if you're Hofer.
Takes the sign from Hanson behind the plate. Bowles not playing very deep in center field, slightly into left center, not much. Larson, though, is protecting that right field line, and now
we've got time
called. Yep. He stands back into the right side, does Cade Franson. Hofer takes the sign. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled to the right side out to 90th South as Cade Franson battles.
Robert, I wonder how many cars go by with and then just get clocked by a baseball.
We've talked about that the last couple of days. Not sure what the numbers are, but it's there's a lot of traffic going by on 90th South. A lot of balls go out. I know after day one, the UHSAA felt pretty good about only losing a dozen balls. Next pitch is swung on, and same thing, out to 90th South again. Count remains 1-2. Still no outs here in the top of the second. Juab leading Union 4-2, but the Cougars with a runner on second and 1 run across this inning.
It's a good at bat by Cade right here. Again, two pitches fouled off. See what he can do right here.
Hofer's going to step off the mound. Say reset. Leadoff batter on deck for Union. There's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Swung on. High fly ball into right field. Larson coming in. And he will make the play. Camden Franson will not tag up. It's an F9 for Cade Franson. Fly out to right for the first out of the inning. Does turn the lineup over now to Peyton Marks, though. Comes in with a .432 batting average.
See the outfield kind of starting to shift to the right side of the field again with the lefty swinger.
First pitch from Hofer. Swung on, high pop up to the left side. Park drifting over at short into the grass, drifting back, and makes the play for out number 2, a P6 for Marks. Pop up to the shortstop for the second out of the inning.
You know, it's a tough play right there. Again, ball skies into the air. You got to track it down again with the shortstop. You're working backwards, so it's kind of hard to find your feeding.
So that'll bring Gannon Labrum to the plate. With 2 outs, a runner on second. Labrum walked in his first plate appearance, came around to score the first run of the game for Union. First pitch on the outside edge, strike 1. Good spot.
Yeah, good spot on the outside half of the plate right there.
They keep the outfield shift on with Labrum. Park playing a little bit up the middle as well at shortstop. Halverson drifted into the 3-4 hole at second base. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back out of play. 4 strike 2 and an 0-2 count to Labrum.
You love that if you're Hofer. Again, 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Like you don't have to give anything too pretty right here. Try and see if you can get him to chase.
So an 0-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second for the Cougars. Juab leading 4-2. Hofer sets. The 0-2. Swung on, high fly ball in the left field line will drift foul and out of play.
Get another fastball right there. You think with Kai Hansen's, blocking abilities, you try and see if you can get a curveball, something in the dirt right here, see if you can get him to fish at it. Again, if you're Union, though, you like this response. See if you can get another run up.
Yep, back-to-back doubles, lead the inning off, followed by the fly out to right and the pop up to the shortstop. 0-2 count here as Hofer checks the runner at second. That's Camden Franson. The 0-2 pitch. It's going to miss outside for ball 1. Right where Hansen wanted it. Labrum, though, does not chase.
Yeah, hit a spot right there. Again, still way ahead of count if you're Hofer. If you're Gannon Labrum, you just got to compete right here. Battle with 2 strikes.
Hansen sets up in the same spot. The 1-2. That one comes across inside, though, and Labrum fouls it back.
Yeah, missed a spot right there. Again, right there with the fastball. You're trying to get it on the outside half. Comes in with it. Gannon fouls it off. Still 1-2 count.
Camden Franson at second base takes the lead. He's slowly been getting bigger leads out there. 1-2 pitch, swung on, fly ball to left, will go foul, and it will get out of play. as Labrum continues to battle. Count remains 1-2. You're going to pull Larson off the line a little bit and actually move Bowles into left center field, does Juab. The 1-2 pitch goes inside on him and it actually hit the umpire to stop it from going back to the backstop and hold the runner at second base.
Yeah, that's a 50-50 play. Again, Camden right there, his momentum's taking him back to second base, so it's good that he didn't go. But you're hoping that as more pitches throughout the at-bat, he gets a little bit bigger of a lead than he is right now.
So Deuce is wild to Labrum. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Juab leading by 2 runs, 4-2. There's the 2-2 from Hofer. Just misses outside. Juab crowd wanted it, didn't get it, full count.
It's a good spot right there. It's off the plate, but he hit his spot beautifully. Again, brings it back to full.
Counts full as Labrum stands back in.
Brings it to full, I should say. Still sets up on the outside half.
Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Labrum will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Garrett Hofer, but Union gets 1 back as they score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors by Juab, and 1 runner left on base through 1.5 innings of play. It is Juab 4, Union 2 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Grow everything better with Azomite mineral products. Azomite is used internationally as a soil additive and organic fertilizer for lawns, gardens, and field crops in more than 50 countries around the world. Their Feed Grid product, used as a feed ingredient for livestock, is gaining popularity because research shows a potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite can be found at your IFA country stores, Steve Reagan stores, or at azomite.com. For more information, visit them on Facebook, Twitter, or at azomite.com. That's azomite.com.
Central Valley Medical Center's orthopedic team is a proud supporter of Juab Baseball. Dr. Joel Holman and Dr. Chris Karish provide knowledge and expertise in what your young athlete needs to be successful in recovering from any injury. From minor sports injuries to orthopedic surgery needs, let the CVMC orthopedic team get you back on the field as soon as possible. Schedule today, 435-623-3200. That's 435-623-3200. Go Wasps!
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Live play-by-play coverage of local high school sports.
KSBC.
To the bottom of the 2nd inning we go here in Salt Lake Community College's Jordan campus. As Juab leads Union 4-2. Top of the order coming to the plate for Juab. Bryce Bowles squares to bunt. Watches ball 1 go by. Bowles will be followed by Austin Park, then Connor Cowan. If the Wasps get to the 4th batter, the cleanup hitter is Garrett Hofer. Tyson Marks on the mound for Union. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He squares the bunt again, pulls it back, right down the middle, strike 1.
Again, 1-1 count right here. Let's see if he offers at it again, or let's see if he hit a triple last time. Let's see if he drives a ball or lays a bunt down again. You're seeing the third baseman kind of planning on a bunt right here.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on. Ground ball to the right side. Moving over is Nilsson. Makes the play. Throw to first is in time for the 4-3 ground out and the 1st out of the inning.
It's a good play by the second baseman right there, going into the hole deep. And again, Bryce Bowles runs really well. So he's got to get the ball out and did well right there.
So it'll bring Austin Park to the plate now for Juab.
Park had an RBI this last at bat. Let's see if he can get a hit right here.
Yes, ground out to the shortstop. RBI ground out for Park. Here's the first pitch he sees. Swung on, ground ball to the left side, bobbled by Hancock. The throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the 2nd out of the inning.
Ooh, that was about as bang as it could get right there. Again, from our angle, it looked like Park maybe might have beat it, but again, the umpire's right on top of it right there.
So 2 outs in the inning, and Connor Cowan coming to the plate. He's in on the right side. First pitch, Off speed misses in for ball one.
2 quick outs. 2 quick outs.
There's the 1-0 pitch. Another breaking ball, misses low for ball two, and a hitter's count now for Cowan.
Again, falls behind with 2 breaking balls. Got to come back with a fastball right here. Let's see what happens.
Two-0 pitch. Another breaking ball. Thought about it, held off. Watches ball 3 go by low.
Right there, what shows me is that he's very confident in throwing his breaking balls. Again, way behind in the count throwing breaking balls. Very confident.
Here's the 3-0. That one will miss low for ball 4, so a 4-pitch base on balls to Connor Cowan. He has the first base for Juab, and Garrett Hofer comes to the plate. 4-2 your score. Juab leading Union.
Cowan has 10 stolen bases on the year. Let's see. Coach Park put something in play right here.
And he stole one last inning, so 11 with
did.
that one last inning. Stole third base before eventually coming around to score. First pitch to Hofer. This is up for ball 1.
Again, 2 quick outs and then 5 straight balls. Let's see if Hofer can take advantage.
Cowan takes his lead, a pretty good secondary. He's hopping over there at first base. Hofer's going to call time as Marks was taking a long look at Cowan.
Again, I love what Cowan's doing over there. Again, the pitcher really has to think about him. I love that.
So 1-0 count as Hofer stands back in. Are playing Hofer to pull. 1-0 pitch. It's going to miss inside for ball 2, and a hitter's count for Garrett Hofer. 6 straight balls thrown by Tyson Marks.
Yeah, just missed inside right there. Just missed inside. Kind of let go of the fastball a little too early. Got to finish through his pitch.
2-0 pitch. Swung on. Fly ball to the right side. Franson is there and makes the play for out number 3. So an F9 for Hofer. Fly out to right field for the 3rd out of the inning. Juab gets a runner on, but they do not score. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Through 2 innings of play, it is Juab 4, Union 2 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sam Pete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sampeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on dpcurtis.com.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader,
KSVC.
To the top of the 3rd we go in a 4-2 ball game. Juab leading Union. And the Cougars will bring the 3, 4, and 5 batters to the plate this inning. Xander Nilsson, Gavin Roberts, and Hayden Rich. If they get to the 4th batter, that's P.J. Hancock. Garrett Hofer on the mound for Juab. Got the first pitch called strike. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Getting a quick 0-2 count right there. It looked like Hofer dropped his arm a little bit. A little slider action right there.
So an 0-2 count to Nilsson as he stands back in. He's 0 for 1 in the game with the ground out to the second baseman. The 0-2 pitch. That one will miss high and away for ball 1. Got to give a shout out to Nilsson as the 2 teams went up to line up for the national anthem. They all take their hats off. We know the bleached hair is the cool thing to do, the fad right now for the baseball teams. There's the 1-2 pitch. We'll miss outside for ball 2. I think there might have been some natural blondes on there that didn't bleach their hair, but I think Xander Nilsson was the only one on the Union's team that wasn't blonde. So we'll give him some props for not.
Yeah, little props right there. Again, when my sophomore year, when we took a state championship, we all dyed our hair blonde. So it's a pretty common suspicion going into a state tournament with the blonde hair. 2-2
pitch is fouled off the handle to the right side. Xander, he's not giving into peer pressure.
No.
No,
heck no.
He went through I guess it's the NOVA program now, not the DARE program. 2-2 count. Hofer sets from the stretch. Swung on, fly ball into right field. Larson was overplaying the line. That one's going to get down for a base hit. And Nilsson rounds first and will hold there with a leadoff single for the Cougars.
Yeah, really playing the line right there with a righty hitter, with a righty swinger right there. Just found a hole and little knock.
So it'll bring Gavin Roberts to the plate. Tying run at the plate now for the Cougars here in the top of the third. Juab leading 4-2.
Normally with a righty swinger, you don't play the right field line very much, and right there it came back to bite the Wasps.
Nilsson takes a lead at first. About a 2.5 step lead for Nilsson. Pretty good lead. He's going to take off on the pitch. Throw down to second by Hansen is not in time as he slides in safely. Nice stolen base. Great jump for Xander Nilsson.
Yeah, it's a great jump. Again, sliding on turf's a little different. Sometimes if you slide, you can slide right on top of the base. You got to try to slide around it, try and hook on. That's what he did right there. And it's a great pitch to run on. It was a breaking ball and got in there.
Just the 5th stolen base of the year for Nilsson. 1-0 count to Roberts. Pitch is swung on, ground ball to the left side, past the diving Morostica into left field. Nilsson will be held at third base. Runners on the corners for Union, the tying run on base with no outs, and Coach Park is out of the dugout.
Right there, Luke Morostica playing right on the grass part of the turf. So when a ground ball is hit right there, it's, you don't have a lot of time to really react, especially on a turf field where nothing really stops the ground ball. So ball able to find the hole right there. Runners first and third.
They're going to send Morostica back to the dugout. Looks like Jennings is coming out. Cowan's going to come in to pitch, I believe, for Juab. So with the pitching change, we will take the break and come back with the other changes that come as a result here at Salt Lake Community College, Kate Field on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports with Juab leading 4-2, but Union with 2 on and no outs in the top of the third.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Farmers.
Your home for high school sports.
KSVC. Welcome back here to Cape Field at Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Ty Hill as Connor Cowan into the game now for Juab. He takes over on the mound for Garrett Hofer as Coach Park makes the change here in the top of the third inning with Juab leading 4-2, but the tying run on base for Union. They also had Kai Hansen come off the field to check something with his mask. Something wasn't working right. I don't know if they used PitchCom or not, but they definitely did something for Hansen.
Normally if they do PitchCom, you'll see a wire come back from their back right to their ear. I don't know if you can see that on Hansen. They must be either doing hand signs or they just let Kai call it. I don't know.
So 2+ innings pitched for Hofer, giving up 2 runs, and he still has 2 more runs out there that he'd be responsible for. And for the Cougars, Hayden Rich comes to the plate.
See Kai giving a first third play right here.
Cowan sets as he checks the runner at first. That's Roberts. First pitch. Must have been a bit low, ball one.
You can see Roberts at first base kind of leaning back towards the bag again with Cowan as a lefty, has a better move. Tougher move than a righty, so don't want to get back picked right here. Again, a lot of momentum's going towards the Cougars right here.
Rich will stand back in on the right side. The 1-0 from Cowan. It's going to be a low and in. 4-2 and a 2-0 hitters count to Rich. Rich is 1 for 1. He had a single to left center field, or to left, in the first inning.
Again, if I'm Rich, I'm waiting till I get a strike. Again, coming out, new pitcher, right? He's got to find a strike zone first.
At third it is Xander Nilsson. At first is Gavin Roberts for Union. Rich at the plate. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
See, you don't want to do that there. Again, chasing a bar, there should be a 3-0 count, but chases a ball high. Now you give him a strike, and now Cowan can kind of, take a breath, now attack the zone.
So 2-1 count. Bowles playing a little bit into left center field. No outs here in the top of the third. 2 on for Union. Cowan sets. Going to throw to first. They've got him in a rundown. Jennings throws to second. Park with it. He checks the runner at third. Continues to check. They throw. They get the out at first. The throw home is not in time as Nilsson slides in under the tag. The Cougars will bring the run in. Coach Park immediately out of the dugout. He wants the appeal. And it comes out to visit with the home plate umpire. The score is 4-3, but they do get the out at first for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, a lot of things happened right there. I just want to talk about how good of a play that is from Jennings coming out of the dugout at first. That's a tough throw to make from first base to second base with a runner in between. So making throw right there, and again making a great throw to home, right? Make it a bang bang play.
Yeah, he applied the tag, came home with it. That's tough to that's tough
close.
To see. He tagged him on the leg, but he was up the line, was Hansen, and that one was really close. Coach Park doesn't like it, but he heads the dugout. It's a 4-3 ball game, 1 out, and nobody on base now for Union. Two-one pitch, check swing. Watches ball 3 go by high.
Yeah, just missing up right here again. If a couple pitches ago with Hayden kind of swinging at a pitch above, kind of bailed Cowan out.
3-1 is in there for a called strike 2. Rich wanted ball 4 as he took a couple of steps toward first base, but the umpire says, come on back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if umpire really loves when that happens.
Cowan now to the windup, the payoff pitch, swung on, fouled back out toward 90th South as Rich battles to stay alive.
Yeah, again, full count. Again, both pitcher and hitter trying to compete right here, trying to win right here, trying to win.
Count remains full. Again, the payoff pitch. Swung on, high fly ball into right center field. Larson and Bowles giving chase. That one's going to drop between them. And Bowles picks it up with the bare hand as Rich strolls into second with a 1-out double for the Cougars. The tying run in scoring position for Union.
Yeah, a good swing right there. Again, didn't get all of it, a little bit of a fly ball. But again, double nonetheless. Runner in scoring position.
They will bring on Jackson Christensen as the speed-up runner for the catcher, Rich. And it brings to the plate P.J. Hancock for Union.
You're seeing Coach Park kind of bring his outfielders a little in right here. A couple steps in. You're seeing Jennings at first base playing about even with the bag.
Cowan sets as he checks Christensen. First pitch, curveball, misses way outside for ball 1. Hancock lined out to the right fielder to end the first inning. And his first at bat hit it hard, but right at Jimmy Larson. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a foul tip, strike 1.
Yeah, inside part right there, just barely got a little bit of it. Again, 1-1 count. Kellen just looks a little uncomfortable to me. Let's see if he can, take a breath, settle himself. Go right after this hitter right here.
Christensen takes the lead at second. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
It's a good pitch right there above the zone. Just a little bit above the zone makes him chase. Again, those high pitches are tough to lay off because they're coming right at your eyes and they look pretty, but they're hard to get to.
So a 1-2 count. Cowan from the stretch. Pretty good lead at second base from Christensen. The 1-2 pitch, curveball. This is high and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See Cowan a little frustrated after that curveball. Just let go of a little too early, didn't finish through his pitch. See what he comes with a 2-2 count.
1 out, 1 across in the inning for Union. Juab leads 4-3, but the tying run on second for the Cougars. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, fly ball foul, out of play.
Again, way to battle up there. Again, with a 2-2 count, you've lost the opportunity to just kind of free swing. Got to compete right here. Still down by 1, but able to find a hole right here. Can score a run, tie it up.
Count remains 2-2. Cowan with a look at second. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Fielded by Halverson. Throw to first is in time for the 4-3 ground out and the second out of the inning. But it does move Christensen up to third base on the play.
Yeah, it does what he needs to do, I guess, moving the runner up to third. Now you got to find a hole. Got to get a hit here to score the run.
Brings Tyson Marks to the plate for the Cougars. 2 outs and 1 on. 1 across in the inning as Union has scored 1 run each inning. Juab leads at 4-3 after scoring 4 runs in the first. First pitch to Marks. In there, strike 1.
Good pitch right there on the outside half. Again, that's the most important pitch in baseball, right? Strike 1.
So an 0-1 count. Cowan working out of the windup with the runner on third. That one caught the outside edge for a called strike 2 to Marks and an 0-2 count.
That's a great pitch right there. Again, it's a lefty-lefty matchup. Those are hard to get to. Again, looks like it's coming at you and then dives towards the other side of the plate.
So an 0-2 count. Cowan out of the windup. Inside, swing and a miss. Marks will go down swinging for the third out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Connor Cowan, but Union climbs a little closer as they get 1 run on 3 hits in the inning. No errors committed by Juab and 1 runner left on base through 2.5 innings of play. It is Juab 4, Union 3 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports. Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Complete coverage of local
Union 4-3 in this 1-loss semifinal game. It's a winner-go-home game for these 2 teams, and Juab will bring to the plate the 5, 6, and 7 batters this inning. Kai Hansen, Kenyon Mattinson, and Jimmy Larson. First pitch swinging on a curveball is Hansen. Fly ball to right will get down for a base hit. Franzen cuts it off, and Hansen will hold there with a leadoff single for the Wasps.
It's a great swing right there. It's what you want to do with a breaking ball. Just kind of go with it. As it breaks, you stay with that ball. You drive it the other way, hit it hard. Again, puts the Wasps in a great position to start an inning.
Brings Hayden Adams out as the speed up runner for the catcher, Hansen. If they get the fourth batter this inning, that will be Tate Halverson for the... Actually, they're going to have a pinch hitter, it looks like, for Jimmy Larson on deck. As Kenyon Mattinson watches ball one go by, they've got Maddox Stoll out there. But if they get to the fourth batter, that would be Tate Halverson. Adams takes the lead at first. Extends that lead. Marks working from the stretch. 1-0 pitch. Stays low for ball two. A hitter's count for Mattinson.
Yeah, 2-0 right here. Let's see if Mattinson can get a fastball. He can drive, find a hole.
Two-0 pitch. This is low and in for ball three. So 3-0 count now to Kenyon Mattinson.
Again, right here, I think you have the automatic take on right here. Again, right here, if I was Mattinson, I would get right on the chalk, right up next to home plate. Make it really hard for him to throw strike.
Here's the 3-0. That one does drop in for a called strike on the inside edge and a 3-1 count.
Again, right here, you're still way ahead. Still got to be picky. Not trying to, don't chase out of the zone. Get a ball you can hit hard. Find a hole.
Adams takes the lead at first. 3-1 pitch. That one will miss low for ball four, and Mattinson will draw the base on ball. So 2 on with no outs now for Juab, and the pitching coach out for Union. With Maddox Stoll coming to the plate.
Yeah, right here. If you're Union's pitching coach again, you're just telling him take a breath. Nobody hurt again. Just tell him it's a pinch hitter coming off the bench. Again, if you're Union's pitcher, you just got to attack the zone. With a force play at third, a ground ball, you can turn 2 right here.
He replaces Larson in the lineup, who was 1 for 1 with an RBI single. So now Stoll stands on the right side.
See what Stoll can do coming off the bench right here. Opportunity to score a run. Give yourself another run right here. Make it 5-3. If you're coming off the bench is a very hard thing to do. Again, coming off normally in a pressure situation. If you're Stoll, you're just got to come up, take a deep breath, get back to what you've been doing. I mean, you're pinch hitting for a reason, so you must have been doing really well in your JV, in your practices, whatever. You're just coming up. Be aggressive right here. Get a ball you can hit hard. Find a hole.
So he stands on the right side. 2 on and no outs here in the bottom of the third. Juab leading 4-3. Tyson Marks on the mound for Union. He works from the stretch. First pitch. This is inside, ball one.
Just missed right there. Just missed on the inside part of the plate. Not bad.
Madsen at first. Adams at second for the Wasps. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, line drive up the middle, and Gannon Labrum is there. Just hit it too hard right at him for out number 1.
Yeah, hit that ball right on the screws. Just right up the box, right to Labrum. Frustrating to come off the bench, and you know that happens to you. But again, you hit it right on the screws. You see Coach Park pointing at him, clapping, telling him a good job. That's all he can do.
Yeah, can't complain about that swing. Hit it hard, just right at Labrum in center field.
Yep.
So 1 out in the inning. Tate Halverson stands in on the right side now for Juab. First pitch. Off speed, misses outside for ball 1.
He looked like a slider away.
Halverson is 1 for 1. He's singled to left in his first at bat.
Seeing the first baseman for Union playing in front of Mattinson. If I'm Mattinson, I'm getting a little bigger lead right here because you can see him.
1-0 curveball. Caught the outside edge for strike 1.
Because if Union's going to try and backdoor you, you can see him coming back. So if I was Mattinson, I'd get a little bigger lead at first base.
1-1 count, 1 out. Next pitch swung on and fouled back out of play for strike 2 and a 1-2 count now to Halverson. Derek Jennings stands on deck. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Mark sets. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fly ball into center field. Labrum drifts back. Adams tagging, And he will stay there at second base, and the fly out to center as Labrum reels it in for out number 2, an F8 for Halverson.
Yeah, not what you want for the Wasps right here. Get 2 runners on with nobody out and then 2 quick outs. Let's see if Jennings this is his first at bat. Earlier in the season against Manti, he came off the bench and hit a pinch. I think it was a 3-run home run.
Yes.
So has some pop there. Again, big kid, swings from the lefty side. Only it's 339 down the lines. See what he can do.
They've got the right side of the infield playing on the back grass, the outfield grass.
Yes.
First and second baseman for Jennings with 2 outs. First pitch from Mark, swung on, hard hit ball, foul down the right field line, strike 1.
Yeah, ball absolutely tattooed right there, pull side. Again, if you're Jennings right here, just want to sit a little longer against your first at bat. You want to swing the bat. You want to, so you just got to take a breath, relax, do a job.
0-1 count. He stands back in on the left side. Mark sets from the stretch. The 0-1 delivery. Another one that he smokes way foul down the right field line for strike 2.
Might have got on Bangater right there. Got up on the highway. Again, so right here it's 0-2, okay? He's probably going to come with a little bit of a breaking ball right here, kind of change speeds. Again, Jennings needs to spread out, just put a ball in play.
So an 0-2 count, 2 outs, 2 on for Juab, leading 4-3. Marks come set. The pitch to Jennings. That one's way outside for ball 1.
It's a great take by Jennings right there. It's a good pitch as well. Again, you're trying to, if your Mark's on the mound, you're trying to get him to chase right here, trying to get him a little, because he's a little antsy. But again, it's good on Jennings to hold off.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Jennings back in on the left side. Marks takes the sign from Rich. Checks Adams at second. Here's the 1-2. Off-speed pitch misses outside for ball 2 and a 2-2 count.
Yeah, just misses away right there. Again, 2 good takes by Jennings right here. Again, if you're Marks, again, it's 2-2. You still have 1 more pitch to give. Let's see if he comes over the plate or if he still tries to get him to chase.
Again, Marks will set. The 2-2. Adams takes off, swung on, line drive through the 3-4 hole on the right side. Adams will come around to score. Mattinson looking to go first to third, and the throw is not in time as he stands on the bag. It's an RBI single for Derek Jennings. 5-3 Juab with runners on the corners.
Yeah, it's a great swing by Jennings right there. Again, his first 2 swings, again, big, powerful swings. But right there, just puts a ball in play. I don't know if Coach Park called a hit and run or something right there, but that was a great time to go. And again, it leads to an RBI single. Juab adds to their lead.
And it turns it over to Bryce Bowles now for the Wasps. With 2 outs and 2 on. First pitch, he'll square to bunt, drops it down the left side. It'll be picked up off the mound. The throw to first is offline, and Bowles is safe. The bases are loaded for Austin Park with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Oh, boy. Again, if you're Austin Park right here, again, you know you're the man right here. You go up and be confident, but don't get confused with confidence with over-aggression. Again, get a pitch you can handle and hit it hard. Again, if you're Marks right here, can't put them on anywhere. Got to go out, got to attack right here. Got to attack, got to trust your stuff. Got to trust your stuff if you're Marks.
They did rule that one an error, so an E1 allows Bowles to reach base. Base is loaded. Park in on the right side. He's 0 for 2 in the game with 2 ground outs to short. First pitch curveball, swung on, high pop up down the right field line. Going over is Peyton Marks into foul territory, and he makes the play. A big out for Tyson Marks as he gets Austin Park to pop up to the first baseman to end the inning. Juab, though, adds to their lead. They get 1 run on 2 hits in the inning, 1 error committed by Union, and 3 runners left on base through 3 innings of play. It is Juab 5, Union 3 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Johnson DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks. Shop 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done.
Your source for high school sports.
KSVC. We're back here at Cape Field at Salt Lake Community College with Juab leading Union 5-3 in this one-loss semifinal game. And the Cougars will bring the 8-9-1 batters to the plate this inning. Camden Franson, Cade Franson, and Peyton Marks. And if they get to the fourth batter, that'll be Gannon Labrum. Connor Cowan on the mound for Juab. A quick 2-0 count to Camden Franson.
Yeah, let's see if Camden can take advantage of a 2-0 count. Again, last time he hit an absolute missile right down the lines for a double. Let's see if he can do something like that again. Yes, you see the Morgan Trojans pulling up to the ball field right here. Again, they play Emory right after this game.
Yes, they do, and they're one-loss semifinal for bracket 1. This is bracket 2 here. Camden Franson stands in on the right side. 2-0 hitters count. Cowan working out of the windup. 2-0 pitch. That one's on the outside half. Strike one.
It's a good spot. It's a good spot. Again, if you're Camden, again, 2-0 count, you're sitting on one spot. You'll take that strike.
Here's the 2-1. Misses just a bit up for ball 3, and the hitters count again for Franson.
Yeah, just up for Cowan. Let's see if he can get back in the zone, bring it back to full.
Here's the 3-1. On the outside edge, strike 2, full count. Cowan working pretty quick as Franson stands back in. Here's the payoff pitch. Curveball misses way up for ball 4, so a leadoff base on ball is issued to Camden Franson for Union. And that brings the tying run to the plate for the Cougars here in the top of the 4th inning.
You can kind of see Cowan kind of getting a little upset himself, letting that walk go by. Let's see if he can take a breath, settle himself, and go right after the 9-hitter right here.
Cooper Gardner heading down to the bullpen for Union. And on the right side now is Cade Franson for the Cougars. First pitch from Cowan. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Strike one.
Again, that's an important pitch for Cowan. You give up a walk right there. Come back with a first pitch strike.
Camden Franson at first. Takes about a 2-step lead. Long look at first by Cowan. There's the 0-1 pitch. Cade Franson squares the bunt and fouls it back to the screen for strike 2.
Nothing's more infuriating to a coach than a missed bunt right there. Again, those are hard things to do, but that's important for your team to lay that down. Again, now you're down 0-2. Now you got to compete.
You mentioned that the Trojans were here, and now come the Emory Spartans. Again, Cowan sets. There's the 0-2 to Cade Franson. Hit him on the. What did he point to his zone?
What did he call there?
Yeah,
foul ball?
He called it a dead ball, so he must have. The scoreboard shows 1-2. Yeah, just 0-2.
0-2.
So he called it a foul ball. Must have just hit the knob of the bat.
Yep, must have hit the knob right there.
Franson takes a lead. So again, here's the 0-2 pitch to Cade Franson. Swung on, line drive down the right field line is down for a base hit. Larson, who has re-entered, is there to cut it off. And going first to third on the play is Camden Franson, the tying run on base for the Cougars.
Getting a huge swing right there. Again, misses the bunt a couple pitches earlier. Does even better by getting himself on base right there with a single right there. Moves the runner to third. Again, top of the lineup for the Cougars right here. Good spot to be in. Good spot to be in for Union.
With Peyton Marks coming to the plate, no outs. The two Fransons on base at first and third. Coach Park going to call time.
Pointing to his dugout, trying to get something.
He's going to work his way out. They haven't had anybody in the bullpen, so if they're looking at someone, well, maybe they're going to get somebody out there to go to the bullpen. But if they're looking at someone, it might be somebody on the field already.
See one of Juab's assistant coaches standing outside the dugout. I don't know if he's going to take somebody to the bullpen or.
Visiting with Cal and his coach Park as they visit on the mound.
You can see Juab just being a little frustrated. You know, Callan's kind of just getting kind of frustrated himself. Again, you can't do that right here. You got to compete. You got to go after him. You got to take a deep breath, resettle. Again, you're one pitch away from a double play. You're one pitch away.
Maddox Stoll came out of the dugout. Haven't seen him head down to the bullpen yet, but we'll see if they're going to do anything or not. Peyton Marks now stands in on the left side. Runners in the corners for Union. No outs. Juab leads 5-3 here in the top of the fourth. First pitch from Cowan. It's going to be in the dirt, ball one.
It's a huge block right there by Kai Hansen, saving a run. Umpire throws the ball away.
Camden Franzen at third, Cade Franzen at first for the Cougars. Cowan sets from the stretch. Going to throw to first. Not in time as Franzen steps back safely.
If you're Coach Labrum right here, do you think about doing it early? So try to get a cheap run right here, or you're top of the line if you let him swing. Either way, got to get this run in.
So 1-0 count. Next pitch. He's going to miss low for ball two. A hitter's count now for Marks.
You can see Cowan kind of looking at Coach Park. Again, I think he just needs to take a deep breath. He needs to understand how good he is and go after hitters.
Two-0 pitch. Swung on. Ground ball back up the middle. Filled it. Nope, goes knocked down, but not fielded by Halverson. It took a hop off the mound and changed the trajectory, and everybody is safe. As coming in to score is Camden Franzen, and the tying run is now at second. Go-ahead run at first for the Cougars.
Yeah, huge break for the Cougars right there. Again, pretty much a tailor-made double play ball right there. Gets booted, scores a run. Still nobody out with two runners on.
And Coach Park out of the dugout. So a pitching change coming for the Wasps. We'll take the break with the change. They did roll that one a hit to the official score, so it looks like it'll be a RBI single, infield single for Peyton Marks. Looks like Austin Park getting ready to come in for Juab. On the mound, it's a 5-4 ball game. Union leading, or it should be Juab leading, but Union threatening with 2 on and no outs here in the top of the fourth inning on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
Your source for high school sports.
KSVC.
So Austin Park on the mound now for Juab as they have held off as long as they can before going to their ace. He'll come on the mound. Luke Morostica re-enters the game. He will play shortstop. And Connor Cowan will move off the mound over to first base for the Wasps. That means Derek Jennings' day is done for Juab as Morostica re-enters in that spot. And the first batter that Park will face is Gannon Labrum for the Cougars with 2 on, no outs, 1 run across for Union. And Austin Park making his first appearance here in the state tournament.
Again, you kind of mentioned it earlier with the notes about, Austin Park, his strikeout to walks. Again, that he needs to go after hitters. He cannot give up free bases right here. gotta attack the zone if you're Austin Park.
Gannon Labrum stands in on the left side, 0 for 1 in the game. He walked and scored in the first inning, struck out to end the second inning. Park works from the stretch. First pitch. This is a bit outside, ball 1.
Yeah, just missed off the plate right there. Again, if you're Gannon Labrum, don't got to do too much. The energy will supply itself with how hard Austin Park throws. Just got to put bat on the ball.
There's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So 1-1 count. Yeah, Park, last year at the state tournament, we clocked him going 89. I would imagine he's probably hitting 90, 91 at times this year, based on what we've seen, but haven't seen that on a gun.
Mm-hmm.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, it throws hard right there. Good fastball, good velo. Again, if you're Gannon Labrum, again, spread out. Take a deep breath. Again, got to get the bat head through the zone.
Park sets again. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled back out of play as Labrum battles. Again at second base is Cade Franson. First base, Peyton Marks for Union. Franson represents the tying run. Marks represents the go-ahead run here in the top of the 4th inning. Juab leads 5-4. Park shakes off the sign. Steps off the mound.
Again, with how hard Austin Park throws, you just got to sit on his fastball. You got to sit on the fastball, try to catch up to it, and react to breaking balls. You can't get beat by a fastball with 2 strikes.
Park sets. It's the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball fouled on the first base side. Labrum's trying to get out in front of those fastballs early.
Mm-hmm. Yep, like I said, if you're thinking breaking ball with the kid throwing this hard, you're going to be super late on a fastball. So you always have to think it's going to be a fastball.
1-2 count. Pitch from Park. Swung on and fouled back to the screen as Labrum continues to battle. 3 foul balls since the 2-strike count.
I think Austin Park's throwing all fastballs in this at bat. You think maybe he'll come back with a breaking ball right here.
Labrum digs in. Again, Park sets. The 1-2. Misses upstairs for ball 2 and a 2-2 count.
Just missed. You see Austin Park getting a little frustrated out there. You can kind of see the Juab Wasps, their whole team just getting a little frustrated. Again, got to take a deep breath, relax. It's like talked about, you got to remember who you are. Again, you're a great team. Take a breath. Go after hitters.
Going to have time called by Labrum in the box.
It's a great at-bat by Labrum. It's a tremendous at-bat right here. Again, Austin Park gets 0-2 really quick, and then you just continue to battle.
2-2 count. Park sets. Check swing. Did not go around. They want to appeal to third. They're asking for it. Home plate umpire's not giving it to them.
You know, I've never really understood. Okay, there he goes.
Field umpire says he did not go around.
You know, it's kind of hard when the umpire's not down the third baseline. It's kind of a hard angle. I never understood why some home plate umpires don't grant you to check. I don't really understand that.
So a full count. Here's the payoff pitch from Park to Labrum. Swung on, high pop up to the left side. Rostica going back. Coming in is Coombs, and he will make the play for out number 1. So an F7 for Labrum. Fly out to left for the first out of the inning.
Again, if you're Labrum, right, didn't score a run, didn't advance runners, frustrating. You made Park throw.
9 pitches.
Yeah, you made Park throw. And again, if you're Juab, or heck, if you're even Manti watching this game, right, the more pitches Austin Park throws, bigger the smiles they get with Manti.
So that'll bring Xander Nilsson to the plate. He stands in on the right side. First pitch from Park. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Skin right here with Nelson. Same thing as Labrum. Okay, got to catch up to a fastball. Don't try and do too much. your approach right here with the kid throwing this hard is just you're trying to shoot the ball right over the first baseman's head.
Park shook off the sign. Now here's the 0-1. Strike two, swing and a miss. Nilsson's 1 for 2 in the game. He grounded out to the second baseman in the first inning, then singled to right field in the third inning. Came around to score. The 0-2 swung on, and he fouls that one out towards 90th South to stay alive.
Yeah, again, right here, 0-2. Again, just got to sit fastball. Park shaking off a lot of pitches.
He just wants to throw fastballs, it looks like.
Looks like it.
It's the 0-2 pitch. That one goes upstairs for ball one.
Kind of sells right there. Again, if you're Union, you're thinking, is he just not comfortable with his breaking ball? Or something like that. You just got to, as a hitter, it makes it kind of really easy. Again, it's hard velo, but if you know he's only coming at you with one pitch, you can plan on that.
There's the 1-2. Curveball. Hits him. So the hit by pitch will load the bases, and Coach Park, Austin's trying to say he leaned into it. Coach Park's out of the dugout, I think, to talk to Austin as much as the umpire.
Yeah, Austin Park right there, not happy, talking with the umpire. Coach Josh Park going out there to talk.
So bases loaded now for Union with 1 out. And Gavin Roberts coming to the plate. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second for the Cougars. Just 1 out here in the top of the fourth.
Again, right there, throws a breaking ball, hits a kid. So, again, now if you're Union, now you're 100% sitting on fastballs. I can't imagine he starts off with a breaking ball.
Middle infield playing double play depth for the Wasps. They have the corners pulled in on the grass. Park sets. First pitch, swung on, fly ball into shallow left. Will get down for a base hit. That ties the game, and the go-ahead run comes around. The throw home is not in time as the Cougars take a 6-5 lead here in the top of the fourth inning, and the Union dugout is pumped.
It's a huge swing right there. Huge swing. He didn't hit it very hard, but just found the whole score. 2 runs gave Union Cougars a lead. Again, now their dugout's all hyped up, momentum swinging that way. Let's see if Union can keep piling it on right here. Scored 3 runs in the inning.
6-5 your score, still 2 on and 1 out. And Hayden Rich at the plate. He stands in on the right side. Park checks the runners. Here's the first pitch. Swung on. Blooper back up the middle is going to get through for a base hit.
Gonna wave him home.
Nilsson's waved around third. Bowles comes up throwing. It'll be cut off. It's now 7-5 Union with still 2 on and 1 out. Back-to-back RBI singles for the Cougars.
It's a great swing right up the box right there. Cowan goes and cuts it off. Here comes Coach Josh Park. I think not really going out there, just kind of telling Kai Hansen to go out and talk to Austin right here. Again, one of my favorite sayings in baseball with a pitcher who's struggling, and you're just 1 pitch away. Again, if you're a pitcher out there, you give up 2 big hits. Again, you're only 1 pitch away from a double play to get out of the inning. But if you're Union right here, you continue to be aggressive. Keep driving baseballs. Again, continue to capitalize. Cannot be done here.
P.J. Hancock now stands in on the right side for the Cougars. Long look in by Park, so Hancock's going to call time.
This is a completely different feel for this Union team from yesterday. Completely different feel.
4 runs in the inning for Union. First pitch, deep fly ball to left. Going back is Coombs. That one's going to one-hop the wall. 1 run comes in, and they're going to put the stop sign up there for Christensen, but it's an RBI double for Hancock, and the Cougars are rolling. They lead at 8-5 here in the top of the fourth inning. Coach Park out of the dugout.
Yeah, absolutely crushed that ball right there. Pulled it right down, right into left field. Again, hitting it really hard again. Union's putting together some really good at-bats here, really putting the pressure on Juab. Again, Coach Park coming out. Again, if you're Coach Labrum, you're going to go and talk to your hitter right here. Again, continue to tell him to be aggressive. Continue to capitalize on the fastballs that he's giving you. It's a great opportunity right here for Union to continue to pile on runs.
12 hits in the game for the Cougars. They lead at 8-5 with 5 runs in the inning.
You know, again, in the Union dugout, there's a lot of smiles, a lot of high fives, a lot of good energy, a lot of good vibes coming from that dugout. That's where the momentum is. You know, and again, if you're Coach Labrum right here, just continue to drive the baseball if you're Union.
Tyson Marks is the 9th batter of the inning. After a hit by pitch, the Cougars have gone 3 straight hits off of Park. Infield pulled in on the grass now for Juab. Park sets from the stretch. First pitch. Foul tip back to the screen. Strike 1. Three-run Union lead. The runners take their lead for the Cougars. The 0-1, curveball. Caught the outside edge, strike 2.
Yeah, Austin Park's got to find his curveball. If he starts to throw that for strikes, again, it makes the Union hitters have to worry about 2 pitches instead of just a 1.
So the 0-2 count. Next pitch, misses high and away for ball 1. Marks is 1 for 2 in the game. A double and a run scored in the 2nd inning. Struck out to end the 3rd inning.
You're seeing the center fielder really shifted to the left side of the diamond in the outfield with the lefty swing. Again, it's usually the other way, but with Austin Park throwing as hard as he does.
1-2 pitch, misses low and away. 2-2 count.
Yeah, favoring more of the left side of the outfield.
Kenny stands in, does Marks. There's the 2-2 from Park. One to the outside edge, didn't get it. Ball 3, full count.
Again, Union's just putting together great at-bats. They're attacking early in counts. Again, they're making Austin Park really work.
Here's the payoff pitch. Misses high and away for ball 4, and Marks will draw the base on balls. Just the 8th walk of the year for Austin Park, and this one loads the bases for the Cougars with Camden Franson coming to the plate.
Great at-bat right there, great hold. Again, a ball that's high like that, it's really easy to kind of chase after it. But now he puts his teammate in position to drive a bunch of runs in right here.
And on the right side is Franson. He led the inning off with a base on balls and came around to score. First pitch, right down the middle, strike 1.
Yeah, don't hate that take right there. Again, it's really easy with the bases loaded to get really kind of over-aggressive.
8-5 Union leads here in the top of the 4th. 0-1 curveball. Drops off low for ball 1.
Now you're seeing the middle infield kind of play back for double play depth. The corners playing in.
1-1 count. Next pitch from Park. Swung on. Ground ball to the right side. Gets knocked down by Halverson as he dives for it into right field. And 2 runs will come in to score on the play. It's a 2-run single for Camden Franson. 10-5 Union here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, great piece of hitting right there. Again, not doing too much. Just putting a ball in play, scoring 2 runs. I like that send right there by Coach Labrum. Again, making Juab have to make a great throw right there. They choose to go to 3rd. 2-run score. Again, put 7 up in the top of the 4th.
Marks goes 1st to 3rd on the play. Runners on the corners. Cade Franson at the plate for Union. Union dugout is on their feet and pumped. Doubling up Juab right now with 7 runs in the inning, leading 10-5. Park sets. First pitch to Cade Franson. Strike 1.
Yes, again, if you're Cade right here, again, kind of have the same approach as the previous hitter. Again, don't do too much. Just put a ball in play. Again, good things happen.
Camden Franson takes the lead. It's the 0-1 pitch, curveball. Misses up for ball 1.
Just missed for Austin Park. Again, getting a little frustrated with the zone. Everything's going right for the Union Cougars right now.
Yes, it is. The 1-1 count. Swung on and fouled back to the screen for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kind of see Garrett Hofer at third base playing deep a little bit, trying to play for the double play. Maybe giving up that run at third.
The 1-2. Goes off the glove of Hansen. That will allow Camden Franson to move up a bag. He kept it close enough to hold Marks at third. It was ball 2 outside. Hansen was trying to frame the pitch. Didn't catch it cleanly. So a 2-2 count to Cade Franson. 2 runners in scoring position for the Cougars. 1 out in the inning. Park sets. The 2-2. Check swing called, strike 3, and Franson will go down looking for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Austin Park.
It's a good pitch right there on the outside half of the outside half, low corner right there. Now the top of the lineup for Union. Again, for Juab though, now you got 2 outs. Again, you can play back a little bit, throw across, get back in the dugout.
Park has now faced the order in this inning after coming in relief after 3 batters in the inning. So 12th batter of the inning, 9th that Park has faced. Peyton Marks watches strike 1 go by with an outside curveball.
Again, it's good for Austin to find his curveball.
Runners take their lead. There's the 0-1. That'll miss outside for ball 1. Marks in the game is 1 for 3. Popped up to second, popped up to short, then had an RBI infield single that went off the mound. There's the 1-1. Swung on. Line drive into right field is down for a base hit. Larson has it. They will hold Franson at third, but it's an RBI single for Peyton Marks. 11-5 Union.
Again, Union's just putting together great at-bats. Again, they're not chasing pitches. They're getting balls they can hit hard, and they're capitalizing on those pitches. Again, every ball they're hitting is, finding holes. And again, that by doing that, not chasing pitches, it allows you to have an inning like this where you put 8 runs up.
Kai Hansen out in front of the plate to give the first and third call with 2 outs, and Gannon Labrum coming to the plate, the 10th batter that Park has faced this inning. Throw to first, not in time, diving back safely as Marks.
Yeah, quick move right there by Austin.
8 runs in the inning for the Cougars. They lead at 11-5. First pitch from Park. Swung on and fouled back to the screen, strike 1. Labrum was the first batter Park faced and had a 9-pitch at bat before flying out to left field. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Throw over to first again, not in time. Marks dives back safely. Coach Park out of the dugout. Working his way back in now. There's the 0-1 pitch. Misses up off the glove of Hansen. To the backstop it goes. Another run comes in for the Cougars as they have a now 12-5 lead over Juab. Coach Park telling his team, calm down, settle down.
For Union, this probably feels really good after what happened to them yesterday in the bottom of the first to be able to put up a big inning like this. And you see Gannon Labrum getting intentionally walked right here.
They will go ahead and put him on to put the force back on. Bring Xander Nilsson to the plate. Nilsson was hit by a pitch earlier this inning. He's 1 for 2 in the game. He grounded up to second in the first. Led off the third inning with a single and a run scored. Two on here for the Cougars. 2 outs. 9 across. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Yeah, huge swing right there. Maybe did a little too much. Again, get back to the approach of getting a ball in the zone. Again, still have an opportunity to pile on right here with a runner on second base.
There's the 0-1. Misses outside for ball 1. A 1-1 count. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Park sets. Checks Marks at second. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Again, just behind on the fastball right here. I'd expect Austin Park to go back to that fastball. And if you're Xander Nielsen, again, spread your legs out, get your hands through the zone quick, catch up to the fastball.
1-2 count. The pitch from Park. Just threw the bat out and got a piece of it to stay alive.
That's all you have to do right there. Again, get another pitch. Get another pitch. Again, you see one hitter that always comes to my mind if you know college baseball's at LSU's Tommy White, Tommy Tanks. Again, his two-strike approach, he spreads his legs out and does all upper body. Again, he eliminates that lower half, and all he works on is just putting the ball in play. That's all you have to do right here.
1-2 count. Park sets. Pitch to Nielsen. Off speed for a called strike 3, and Nielsen will go down looking for the third out of the inning. But the Cougars have taken a commanding lead as they get 9 runs in the inning. They do so on 7 hits in the inning. No errors committed by Juab in the process, and 2 runners left on base. Through 3.5 innings of play, we're halfway home. It's Union 12, Juab 5 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Grow everything better with Azomite mineral products. Azomite is used internationally as a soil additive and organic fertilizer for lawns, gardens, and field crops in more than 50 countries around the world. Their Feed Grid product, used as a feed ingredient for livestock, is gaining popularity because research shows a potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite can be found at your IFA country stores, Steve Reagan stores, or at azomite.com. For more information, visit them on Facebook, Twitter, or at azomite.com. That's azomite.com.
Central Valley Medical Center's orthopedic team is a proud supporter of Juab baseball. Dr. Joel Holman and Dr. Chris Karish provide knowledge and expertise in what your young athlete needs to be successful in recovering from any injury. From minor sports injuries to orthopedic surgery needs, let the CVMC orthopedic team get you back on the field as soon as possible. Schedule today, 435-623-3200. That's 435-623-3200. Go Wasps!
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Live high school sports action on
KSVC.
And we're back here at Cape Field, Salt Lake Community College with the Union Cougars leading Juab 12-5 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And Juab bring the 3, 4, and 5 batters to the plate. Connor Cowan, Garrett Hofer, and Kai Hansen. If they get to the 4th batter, that will be Canyon Mattinson. New pitcher for Union as Cooper Gardner comes in to replace Tyson Marks. This is a Juab team who we saw last year in the quarterfinal game on Thursday. The state tournament fall behind Manti pretty big, and then they came roaring back, and Manti came roaring back, and Juab came roaring back. So they can certainly put up runs, but a big inning for Union puts them in the driver's seat here, up 12-5. A quick 2-1 count, though, to Connor Cowan.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year was a humongous barn burner by both Manti and Juab. So if you're Juab, if there's a team that can come back, to tie this game up or take a lead, again, it's them. And it starts now. Again, you have to put up at least, got to have a crooked number right here. You have to compete. You have to put together good quality at-bats if you're Juab.
Cowan fouls that one off, and now Gardner's going to step off the mound. He prefers to work from the stretch, does Gardner, with nobody on base. And now let's see, they're calling 3-2?
Did he say he started without the umpire ready? I don't know.
All right, here's the next pitch. Drops off low for ball 4. So Cowan will take the lead off base on balls.
And that's a great way to start if you're Juab. Again, it starts with one. Got to put runs on. You got to get runners on base, and that's what you have to do.
So it'll bring Garrett Hofer to the plate.
Again, if you're Juab, you have to understand you can't get all of them back on one swing. It takes everybody put together quality at bats, put balls in play, find holes.
Hofer's in on the right side. They play him to dead pull. First pitch, Drops off low. Balk called, and Cowan will take second base. Did you catch it?
Did he not pause? I don't know if he paused.
So wave off the pitch. Cowan moves into scoring position.
And if you're Union right here, the worst thing you can do again is letting Juab get runners on by the walk. Again, you make Juab hit the ball, make them put the ball in play, make them make a comeback that way.
So now here's again the first pitch to Hofer. Right down the middle, strike one. Hofer's over 2 in the game, flew out to center and flew out to right in the first and second innings respectively. Cowan, who's reached base for the 3rd time this game, stands at second with no outs. The 0-1 curveball swung on. Hard hit line drive down the left field line is down for a base hit. It one hops the wall. Cowan will come around to score. Hofer strolls into second with an RBI stand-up double for the Wasps.
Again, that's how it starts. Again, that's a beautiful swing by Hofer. Getting a ball he can hit hard, drive it down the line for a double. Makes it 12-6.
That brings Kai Hansen to the plate.
Again, this Juab lineup is deadly, so they can come back, and they can come back quick.
Union doubling them up, though. 12-6 your score. First pitch to Hansen. Curveball. Drops. Nope. Called strike one. Drops in for a strike.
Yeah, catches the zone right there. Again, for Union's pitcher, that's good to start 0-1. It's a good pitch.
Hansen's 1 for 1 in the game. He got hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. Had a single in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 pitch. This is outside for ball 1.
Again, for Gardner right here, again, you just want to attack. If they're going to put the ball and they're going to hit the ball, that's okay. Just go after them.
There's the 1-1. Curveball. On the inside edge, strike 2. Union also does have another pitcher warming up in the bullpen. 1-2 count here to Hansen. Runner on second, no outs. Union leading 12-6 over Juab. There's the 1-2 pitch, curveball. That one stays inside for ball 2.
Yeah, just missed on the inside half. Not a bad breaking ball right there. Again, you've seen Coach Labrum pushes outfield to the left side.
The 2-2 from Gardner. Swung on, ground ball to the left side. Hofer lets it get through, and it's going to go off the glove of Hancock and stay in the infield. But reaching on the air is Kai Hansen. 2 on and no outs for the Wasps.
Again, that's a cardinal sin right there for Union right there. Again, giving Juab a freebie right there, giving him an extra out, letting Juab have a little bit of energy right there.
The pitcher that was down in the bullpen warming up was Dylan Watahomigi. Kenyon Mattinson now on the right side. Hayden Adams on to run for Hansen at first base. No outs, 2 on for Juab. First pitch from Gardner. Curveball on the inside half, strike 1.
Again, a good pitch. Again, got to start 0-1. It's a good start. You can see the second baseman for Union playing pretty much right on top of the bag.
Next pitch. That will drop off low for ball 1 to Mattinson. Mattinson's 1 for 1, an RBI single, and a run scored in the first. Walked in the third and was stranded at third base. There's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled back to the screen for strike 2.
Good. It's a good pitch for Union. Again, 1-2 count right here. Again, don't have to throw something too pretty if you're Union's pitcher right here.
So 1-2 count as runners take their lead. No outs in the inning. The 1-2. That one misses low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mattinson.
That's a great block right there by Hayden Rich for Union. Again, don't let the runners advance.
Here's the 2-2. Misses inside, and a late steal by Hayden Adams. Defensive indifference, he takes second base. It's a 3-2 full count now to Mattinson.
Yep, now if you're Mattinson, again, deep breath. Don't try and do too much. And if you're Gardner for Union, got to go after him. Can't allow another walk.
Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the left side. Hancock fields it at short. Throw to first is in time. It's an RBI ground out for Kenyon Mattinson. Makes the score now 12-7 with Jimmy Larson coming to the plate.
Again, if you're Union, you'll take that. Again, you got to get outs. You'll take that. And then for Mattinson, drove in a run right there. Again, you just got to claw your way back. Makes it 12-7.
One out in the inning. Jimmy Larson coming to the plate for the Wasps. He stands in on the right side. 12-7, Union leads. 2 runs across this inning for Juab. Runner on third, right down the middle to Larson for strike one. Larson's 1 for 1 in the game, an RBI single to left in the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled to the right side out toward 90th South for strike 2 and an 0-2 count. The left fielder, Xander Nilsson, playing pretty deep in left, fairly deep in left, compared to Gannon Laberman center field, who's not playing too deep at all, just kind of middle field.
Yeah, not very deep out there in center.
0-2 count to Larson. The pitch from Gardner. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Jimmy Larson will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Cooper Gardner, and that brings Tate Halverson to the plate.
It's a huge strikeout for Cooper right there. Again, now it makes Tate Halverson have to put a ball in play to score a run.
First pitch, swung on, ground ball to the left side. Hancock fields it. The throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the third out of the inning. Juab gets 2 back as they scored 2 runs on 1 hit in the inning, 1 error committed by Union, and 1 runner left on base through 4 innings of play. It's Union 12, Juab 7 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
This is Central Utah's sports leader,
KSVC.
To the top of the 5th inning we go with Union leading Juab 12-7 in this one-loss semifinal game. Win or go home for these two teams. And the Cougars will bring the 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate this inning. Gavin Roberts, Hayden Rich, and P.J. Hancock. If they get to the 4th batter, that is Tyson Marks. Austin Park on the mound for Juab. First pitch, kind of a check swing and a miss for strike 1. The 0-1 curveball swung on, ground ball to the left side, past the diving Hofer into left field. So Gavin Roberts with his 4th hit of the game for the Cougars has been lights out at the plate.
It's a tremendous adjustment right there by Gavin Roberts. Again, first pitch curveball kind of made a little check, half sword swing. Next curveball, next pitch, drives it into the hole. Great adjustment.
Brings Hayden Rich to the plate now.
If you're Union right here, you don't want to let off the gas. Got to get more runs on the board.
Turn and throw to first. Not in time. Good dig by Cowan.
That's a good pick. Good pick by Cowan.
So that 4-5 spot in the Union order, they've been huge. Roberts is now 4 for 4. Hayden Rich is 3 for 3. First pitch on the outside half, strike 1. So an 0-1 count. Rich back in on the right side. Roberts takes a lead. The 0-1 pitch swung on, fly ball into right. Larson drifting back is there. The runner had taken off. The throw to second is not in time as he slides back in safely, but out number 1, an F9 for Hayden Rich. Fly out to right for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, you see Gavin Roberts getting a little too far off on that fly ball to right field again. Maybe that was a hit and run. But as soon as you see ball in the air, everybody should be yelling back right there again. A little too close right there.
Brings P.J. Hancock to the plate. Connor Cowan, though, calls time to retie his cleat there at first base.
Yeah, as Gavin kind of slid in, kind of took Cowan out with him. Cowan looks limping a little bit. He'll be okay, though.
Back in on the right side is Hancock. Park sets. First pitch, low and away. Good stop by Hansen for ball one. Hancock's 1 for 3 in the game, lined out to right, grounded out to second, and an RBI double and a run scored in the fourth. The 1-0 from Park. Thought about it, held off, watch a strike one go by.
Yeah, again, 1-0 count right there. Again, fastball in, don't really want it. Brings it back to a 1-1 count.
Turn and throw to first. Not in time as Roberts dives back safely.
You know, as a first baseman there, it's kind of hard to when a pitcher like this has a quick move and throws as hard as he is. So I'm very impressed with Cowan at first base.
The 1-1, curveball. Strike two.
That's probably been his best breaking ball in this outing, and really got with it. Got it for a strike.
Roberts takes the lead at first. It's the 1-2 from Park. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike three, and Hancock will go down swinging for the second out of the inning and second strikeout of the game for Austin Park.
And as I say that, I think he comes back with a better one right there to make Hancock, kind of cheat for it and get the strikeout again with 2 outs now. This is what Juab needed right here. They got to put up a 0.
That was his third strikeout, as Tyson Mark stands on the left side. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Leadoff single for the Cougars, but followed by a fly out to right and a strikeout. So 2 outs, runner on first. 0-1 count to Marks. This is the pitch from Park. Drops off low and in for ball one.
Yeah, it's a good stop right there by Kai Hansen behind the plate.
Marks is 1 for 2, a double and a run scored in the second inning, struck out in the third, walked and scored in the fourth.
Looks like Morgan's making their way to the batting cages.
1-1 pitch is in there for a called strike, 2 and a 1-2 count. That game is scheduled for a 1:30 start, but right now it's probably not going to be that way.
Nope, it doesn't look like it.
This game's taking a long time to go through it. 1-2 count here to Marks. Park sets. Next pitch on the outside edge for a called strike three, and Marks will go down looking for the third out of the inning, fourth strikeout of the game for Austin Park, as the Cougars get a runner on, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors by Juab, and 1 runner left on base through 4.5 innings of play. Union 12, Juab 7 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Drive for a winning team. DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on dpcurtis.com.
Are you feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or struggling to cope with life's challenges? You're not alone. Finding the right support is the first step towards healing and wellness. Ryan Eddins, a licensed clinical social worker at Gunnison Valley Hospital's Family Practice and Wellness, is a trusted mental health professional who uses a variety of psychotherapy treatments, including EMDR, to help his patients take charge of their mental health and start living a more fulfilling life. Call Ryan Eddins at 435-528-2222 to schedule your appointment today.
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on
KSVC. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Union leading Juab 12-7 here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports. As the defending champs are on the ropes, trying to climb back into it. They bring the 9, 1, and 2 batters to the plate this inning. Luke Morostica, Bryce Bowles, and Austin Park. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Connor Cowan. Cooper Gardner still on the mound for Union. First pitch to Morostica, missed low for ball one. 1-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike.
Yeah, good spot right there on the outside corner. You're seeing the third baseman for Union playing up on the grass. maybe playing for a bunt.
1-1 pitch is swung on, bloop to the left side, and on the run, making the catch is Xander Nilsson in the left field for out number 1. So an F7 for Morostica for the first out of the inning.
That's a good play for the left fielder right there to go and get that ball, kind of cutting towards him. Wasn't hitting totally hard, so a little bit shallow, but able to go run that ball down. Good start for Union.
Brings Bryce Bowles to the plate now for Juab. Gets the hit away sign from Coach Park. First pitch swinging, ground ball foul down the first base line.
Again, if you're Juab, you need base runners.
So an 0-1 count. Had to wait a while to get that ball picked up.
You're seeing Union's third baseman playing even more in on the grass.
0-1 to Bowles. Swung on. Line drive back up the middle. Labrum coming in. Did he get there? No, the ball came free. Would have been an incredible catch had he been able to hold on, but as he drug the ground, the ball popped loose. So a single for Bryce Bowles.
Yeah, nearly his second highlight of the game, but again, like you said, ball pops out of the glove. Bryce Bowles reaches, brings up Austin Park. Austin Park's been really aggressive in this game. Let's see if he kind of takes a breath, gets a pitch he can handle instead of just, swinging away.
Yeah, he's 0 for 3 on 3 pitches.
Yep.
2 ground out to shortstop, 1 was an RBI ground out, and 1 pop up to first.
Yep.
He's in on the right side. First pitch from Gardner. In the dirt, ball 1.
Yeah, I think back to that bases loaded when he came up a couple innings ago. Again, just too aggressive, swinging at a bad pitch again. But right here, takes that pitch right there. Now he's ahead in the count.
So 1-0 count. Bulls short lead at first. Gardner sets. 1-0 pitch. Hit him. So Park will take the hit. Or no, they're going to say hit the knob. He was starting to take off the shin guard, but they're going to say hit the knob, foul ball, strike 1.
Yeah, right there. Austin tries to sell it a little bit. Umpire says nope, foul ball.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 5th. Union leading Juab 12-7. A big 4th inning for Union. 9 runs across gave them the commanding lead. There's the 1-1 from Gardner. Bottom part of the zone, strike 2 and a 1-2 count.
Again, now Park behind in the count. Again, he needs base runners right here. See if he can put a ball in play, get on base.
There's the 1-2. Curveball swung on, deep fly ball to left, and they'll just watch that one go as Austin Park unloads on a 2-run home run way over the wall in left field. It's now 12-9, Union with a 3-run lead. Juab trying to climb back into it as Park delivers with a 2-run home run.
Yeah, he does a little better than just getting on base. He hits one over the fence and scores and makes it 12-9 ball game. Second home run in 2 days. Again, that's what he needed to do right in the previous at-bats. Again, a little too aggressive in the previous at-bats. This one gets a pitch, gets one he can handle, drives it for a 2-run home run.
So Coach Labrum's out of the dugout. Pitching change coming for the Cougars. We'll take the break and come back with the other changes, or if there are any other changes, let you know what they are when we come back here at Salt Lake Community College. It's Union 12, Juab 9 in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody on base for the Wasps with 1 out, and Connor Cowan coming to the plate on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Your connection for high school sports.
KSVC. Back here at Salt Lake Community College, Dylan Watahomigi into the game now for the Cougars. He replaces Cooper Gardner on the mound. It's a straight change there. And his first batter he faces is Connor Cowan. Got a quick 0-1 count with a swing and a miss. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That one misses low for ball one. Has probably the most velocity we've seen out of a Union pitcher this week.
Yeah, this kid's throwing really well. And comes off the bench, throws hard, good changeup.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one will miss outside for ball 2, so 2 balls, 1 strike. He comes into the game after Gardner gave up a 2-run home run to Austin Park. As Juab trying to climb back into it after falling behind 12-5. It's now 12-9. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Cowan.
Now if you're Cowan, that's 2 big swings and misses. Now you got to kind of shorten up. Again, realize you're still down. You still got to get runners on base. Let's see what he can do.
So a 2-2 count. Cowan in right on top of the plate. The 2-2 from Watahomigi. Misses low for ball 3 and a full count.
Yeah, let's see if Cowan can get on base here. Let's see if Dylan for Union can throw a strike right here. Get an out.
Comes set from the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Cowan will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Watahomigi.
It's a huge strikeout for Watahomigi. Again, coming out of the bullpen against the dude who hit a home run yesterday against a really great hitter. Throws up a K up there. Now he can settle in and go after Garrett Hofer right here.
2 outs, nobody on for Juab. Hofer stands in on the right side. The Wasps trailing 12-9. The first pitch. This is inside for ball 1.
Again, I'm very impressed by this Watahomigi. Again, comes out of the bullpen, hasn't played all game. Comes in throwing bullets. Just got to attack the zone.
There's the 1-0 pitch. That one bounces about 3 feet in front of the plate for ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Hofer. Hofer's 1 for 3, flew out to center, flew out to right, and then had an RBI double down the left field line with a run scored in the 4th inning.
If you're Garrett Hofer right here, 2-0, maybe you think about just taking a pitch right here, making him get back in the zone.
2-0 delivery. That one will miss outside for ball 3, so a 3-0 count. Coach Park tells his cleanup hitter, "You've got this." As he stands back in. Watahomigi sets the 3-0. Down the middle for all automatic, strike 1.
Yeah, not bad if you're Garrett Hofer. Again, he still has to come back, has to get another strike on you. Again, don't help him out. Make him give you a ball you can drive.
Hitter's count here as he stands back in on the right side. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the right side, fielded at first by Marks. He'll step on the bag for out number 3, a ground out to first for the 3rd out of the inning. Juab gets 2 more runs back. They scored 2 runs on 2 hits in the inning. No errors committed by the Cougars, and no runners left on base through 5 complete. It's Union 12, Juab 9 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they arise, while still respecting my son's privacy by not having to read through every single message. Bark even delivers research-backed recommendations on dealing with the issue. This helps me and my son work together, trust each other, and build a deeper bond. Bark has helped protect millions of children while detecting tens of thousands of severe self-harm situations. Bark brings us closer together.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Carpets and flooring, then replace them with new stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks. Shop 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done.
Live play-by-play coverage of local high school sports.
KSBC.
To the top of the sixth inning we go, with Union leading Juab 12-9 in this one-loss semifinal game, and the Cougars will bring the 8-9-1 batters to the plate this inning. Camden Franson, Cade Franson, and Peyton Marks. If they get to the fourth batter, that is Gannon Labrum. Austin Park on the mound for Juab. Quick called strike to Franson. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Curveball on the inside edge, strike two.
Yeah, it looks like Park found his breaking ball right there. Again, if you're Camden right here, gotta put a ball in play. Gotta get runners on. Can't be settled right here with the 12-9.
Down to the count 0-2. A pitch from Park. Swung on, chopped foul to the left side.
Again, like I said, if you're Union, you got to get runners on. Got to score more.
Franson is 2 for 2 in the game. A double, single, 3 RBIs, a walk, and 2 runs scored. The 0-2 from Park. Foul to the right side, out of play as Franson battles.
Good way to put ball. Fouls off the ball right there by Camden. That's all he needs to do right here. Continue to compete.
Park works out of the windup. Again, the 0-2. Off-speed pitch in the dirt outside, 4-1.
Yeah, I think Camden right there, good layoff on that slider right there. I think he bought himself a fastball right here.
There's the 1-2. On the outside edge for a called strike 3, and Franson will go down looking for the first out of the inning, 5th strikeout of the game for Austin Park.
Yeah, there was that fastball just on the outside half of the play. A great pitch right there by Austin Park. Camden couldn't get the bat off his shoulders. 1 out.
So that will bring Cade Franson to the plate now for Union. 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, kind of yanking that slider right there, just kind of getting too much on top of it. 1-0 count.
Franson's 1 for 3 in the game. There's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fly ball to right. Larson drifts over to his left and makes the play for out number 2. So an F9 for Franson for the second out of the inning. Park trying to work quick.
Yeah, for Juab, that's what you want. You want Austin Park to continue to keep his pitches low, keep going after hitters.
Brings Peyton Marks to the plate.
Seeing the wind pick up just a little bit.
First pitch, curveball on the outside edge, strike 1.
Again, like I said earlier, the best pitch in baseball is strike 1. Austin Park continues to do that.
There's the 0-1. This one has outside for ball 1 and a 1-1 count. Marks in the game is 2 for 4. 2 infield pop-ups, an infield single, and an RBI single to right. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, fly ball into left center field. The gap in left center field is down for a base hit. That one rolls all the way to the wall. Coombs is there to pick it up. Marks is heading for third. Morostica with the throw, and it is not in time. It's a 2-out triple for Peyton Marks.
Yeah, finds the big hole out there. Again, center fielder shifted to him to pull. Goes the opposite way to left center right there for himself to get himself a triple. Again, now if you're Union, you got to capitalize right here. You got to get this run in. Let's see what Gannon Labrum can do.
Park looked to the dugout asking if they wanted to put Labrum on. Looks like he's going to pitch to him. They intentionally walked him last time once first base opened up on a 1-1 count. Called strike 1 here on the outside edge.
Yeah, Coach Park deciding to go have Austin Park go right after Gannon right here.
2 outs, 1 on. There's the 0-1 pitch. Fly ball down the left field line will go fouling out of play for strike 2 and an 0-2 count. Labrum's 0 for 2 in the game. He walked in the first and scored, struck out in the second, flew out to left in the fourth, and later in the fourth was intentionally walked.
Yeah, I feel like in all his at-bats, he finds himself, down 2 strikes, but then he comes back and puts together a good at-bat. Let's see if he can do it again right here.
2 outs, runner on third. The 0-2 from Park. Misses outside for ball 1.
Again, if you're Gannon, you're just trying to go up there, just get a fastball, find a hole, score a run.
There's the 1-2 pitch. Just a bit low for ball 2. 2-2 count.
Yeah, just missed right there by Austin Park. Juab really wanted that one right there.
So Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Runner on third for Union, leading 12-9. Here's the 2-2. Off-speed pitch goes off the glove of Hansen to the backstop, and Marks will come in to score. 13-9 Union.
Right there, that's kind of a backbreaker right there if you're a Juab. Again, it doesn't kill you, but you give up a freebie right there, give up a free run. Let's see if Austin can get Gannon right here.
Full count. Labrum back in on the left side. Park out of the windup. The payoff pitch. Misses high for ball 4, and Labrum will draw the 2-out base on balls.
Again, Gannon comes back from an 0-2 count to put together another great at-bat to get himself on base.
He stands at first. Xander Nilsson comes to the plate now for the Cougars.
And I've really been impressed by these Union Cougars' 2-strikes approach. Their 2-strike approaches have been very, very impressive.
First pitch from Park, curveball, hit him in the helmet. So hit by pitch, we'll put 2 on now for Union with 2 outs.
Hip gets him right on the helmet with the breaking ball. 2 runners on now. Umpire talking to him at first base, making sure he's okay. Looks like he's okay.
So got the first 2 outs, followed by a triple by Peyton Marks. The wild pitch scored the run. Then a walk and a hit by pitch to put 2 on for the Cougars. Leading 13-9 over Juab here in the top of the 6th inning. Trying to send the number 2 seed home. Number 1 seed Grantsville had their season end yesterday. 2nd seed now on the ropes. First pitch swung on by Roberts. Fly ball into left. Coombs coming in on a run will make the catch for out number 3. An F7 for Roberts for the 3rd out of the inning. But Union adds to their lead. They get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors by Juab and 2 runners left on base through 5.5. It's Union 13, Juab 9 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Grow everything better with Azomite mineral products. Azomite is used internationally as a soil additive and organic fertilizer for lawns, gardens, and field crops in more than 50 countries around the world. Their Feed Grid product, used as a feed ingredient for livestock, is gaining popularity because research shows a potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite can be found at your IFA country stores, Steve Reagan stores, or at azomite.com. For more information, visit them on Facebook, Twitter, or at azomite.com. That's azomite.com.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader,
KSBC.
Well, the Juab Wasps are down to their final 6 outs as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. They trail Union 13-9, and Juab will bring the 5, 6, and 7 batters to the plate this inning. Kai Hansen, Kenyon Mattinson, and Jimmy Larson facing Dylan Watahomigi. Hansen stands in on the right side. First pitch, drops in for strike 1.
It's a good pitch right there by Watahomigi. Again, breaking ball right there. Doing really well out of the bullpen. I'm very impressed.
Hansen's 1 for 2 in the game. Single and run scored in the 3rd. Got hit by a pitch and scored in the 1st. Reached on an error in the 4th. Swung on that one. Foul ball down the left field line into the bleachers for strike 2.
Yeah, Kai Hansen just a little ahead of that pitch right there. Needs to stay in his legs a little bit, drive the ball the other way.
So an 0-2 count. 0-2 delivery, swung on and fouled back out of play as Hansen battles. He's reached 3 times, has the Juab catcher, trying to make it 4. The 0-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go around? Home plate umpire says no. He will go to first. Says he did not. Ball 1.
A good hold right there by Kai Hansen.
So 1-2 count. Watahomigi sets the 1-2 delivery. That one's outside. Nope, caught the outside edge for a called strike 3, and Hansen will go down looking for the first out of the inning. For second strikeout of the game for Watahomigi.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of zone opened up a little bit right there. Kind of widened a little bit, but regardless, 1 out.
That brings Canyon Mattinson to the plate now for the Wasps. First pitch in the turf, ball 1.
Again, right here, if you're Watahomigi, you just got to continue to go after batters, keep doing what you've been doing, continue to be confident out there like he's been.
Mattinson's 1 for 2 in the game. Watahomigi sets. Here's the 1-0. Right down the middle, strike 1. Mattinson, an RBI single and a run scored in the first, walked in the third, RBI ground out in the fourth. He's got a 1-1 count here with 1 out. Base is empty. The 1-1. Curveball on the outside half, strike 2.
Yeah, you're seeing Watahomigi live on the corners right there and he's getting the calls because he's just painting those. And now, if you're Kenny Mattinson, got to battle. You got to battle.
1-2 count. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Mattinson will go down swinging for the second out of the inning, third strikeout of the game for Watahomigi.
You're seeing Watahomigi have a little bit of excitement after that strikeout. He knows how big that is for his team, and his whole dugout and everybody on his team, they know they can feel it.
That'll bring Jimmy Larson to the plate, hitting from the right side. First pitch, swung on, chopped foul to the left side for strike 1. Larson's 1 for 2 in the game, an RBI single in the first, struck out in the fourth.
Again, if you're Jimmy Larson right here, again, you got to get on base right here. Got to put together a good at bat. You see him up right on the chalk.
The 0-1, fastball's fouled back out of play for strike 2 and an 0-2 count to Larson.
Again, 0-2 count right here. Let's see if Watahomigi goes back to his good breaking ball.
Comes set from the stretch. Here's the 0-2. That one will miss low and in, 4-1.
Yeah, good take right there by Jimmy Larson. Again, just got to continue to battle. You find yourself, down in the late innings, down in the count. Again, dig deep right here. Find a way on base for your team.
2 outs, nobody on. There's the 1-2. Swung on, ball in the dirt as it gets to the backstop. The drop third strike will allow Larson to reach base for the Wasps and continue the inning.
If you're Jimmy Larson, you'll take it. Again, you don't never want to strike out, but again, you reach base for your team. Give an opportunity for Tate Halverson to come up and, don't know what's going to happen. You can drive a ball in a gap, score a run. That's all you need to do if you're Juab. Again, you got to get on base, no matter what it takes.
Halverson, one of the seniors on this team, stands on the right side. Larson takes a lead at first. Just a 2-step lead is all. First pitch to Halverson. Misses high and away, ball 1.
Yeah, if you're Juab right here on the base pass, don't want to get out on the base pass right here. Don't do something that'll hurt your team.
Larson takes a lead. The 1-0 pitch on the outside half, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 on here for Juab. Bottom of the 6th, they trail Union 13-9. The 1-1. That one is gonna. Did that not hit him? I don't know how that did not hit him.
If you're Coach Park right there, you're just wondering why you didn't let it hit you right there.
I'm still not sure how it didn't.
Yeah, I don't know how it must have went right in between his legs right there.
So a 2-1 count. Next pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Again, a good swing right there by Tate. Just missed a fastball. Again, now it's bring it to a 2-2 count. If you're Dylan, watch Homigi, see if you can get your team back in the dugout.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first for Juab. The pitch from Watahomigi. Swung on, ball gets through the catcher again on a drop third strike, and Halverson is safe at first. So back-to-back drop third strikes puts 2 on for the Wasps. 4 strikeouts in the inning for Watahomigi, and Juab still batting.
Wow. Again, back-to-back drop third strikes right there. Let's see if Juab can take advantage right here with let's see who it is. With Luke
Marostica.
Marostica, that's right. Let's see if the freshman can take advantage right here. Again, if you're Watahomigi, you can take a breath, continue to compete. He's done it extremely well. He just needs to go after the freshman right here.
So Marostica will stand in on the left side. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out in the first, flew out to left in the 5th. Looking for his first hit of the game. Runners take their lead. First pitch fastball, swung on, ground ball, chopped foul to the right side, strike 1.
Got a good start if you're Watahomigi, getting strike 1 right there. You really want to go after Luke right here. See if you can get him to be a little bit too aggressive right here again. Freshman in a big spot. He deserves to be here. Has a high average as a freshman. He's done extremely well this season.
He's back in on the left side. Watahomigi sets the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, high pop-up will stay in the infield. Hancock is there and makes the play for out number 3. A P6 for Marostica to end the threat. And the Cougars will go into the 7th inning with a 4-run lead. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Cougars in the bottom of the 6th. And 2 runners left on base. Through 6 complete. Union 13, Juab 9 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and a nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents. Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
To the top of the 7th and final inning we go. Union leading Juab 13-9 in this one-loss semifinal game. And the Cougars will bring it to the plate this inning. The 5, 6, and 7 batters. First, Hayden Rich, followed by P.J. Hancock and Tyson Marks. Then Camden Franson if they get to the 4th batter. Austin Park on the mound for Juab. First pitch to Rich, fouled back out of play, strike 1.
Again, if you're Juab right here, you got to keep them where they're at. Can't let them put more runs on the board.
Curveball. Drops off low and away for ball. 1-1 count.
And the exact opposite for Union. You want to keep getting runs on the board. Keep being aggressive.
There's the 1-1 delivery from Park out of the windup. Fouled back to the screen, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, good swing right there by Hayden Rich. Just missed.
He's 3 for 4 in the game as Rich. Pair of singles, a double, RBI, and a run scored. 1-2. That one's in there for a called strike 3, and Rich will go down looking for the first out of the inning and the 6th strikeout of the game for Austin Park.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Austin Park. Again, got the 1 out. Now you got to go after this kid.
P.J. Hancock stands in on the right side. First pitch. Strike one, out of the low part of the zone.
I like the tempo that Austin has right now. Again, he's throwing the ball, getting it back, and getting back on the mound.
Quickly, the 0-1. Swung on, ground ball to the left side. Fielded by Morostica at short. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the second out of the inning.
It's a good play right there by Morostica. Again, comes in on a ground ball right there, makes a good, strong throw to first base.
So 2 outs. That brings Tyson Marks to the plate now for Union.
Again, for Juab, this is what you want. Again, 2 quick outs.
First pitch from Park. Way inside for ball 1.
Yeah, just gets out of the way right there of that pitch.
Marks is 2 for 3. He struck out twice, has a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. The 1-0. Swung on, foul to the left side, out of play. Strike 1. There's the 1-1 pitch. Foul tip, strike 2.
Hip good right here with a 1-2 count. Okay, Austin can go to a lot of other pitches, a lot of pitches that he wants. Okay. Again, if you're Tyson Marks though, again you want to make it a little tough on him. Again, continue to put a bat on the ball right here. Compete.
Stands back in on the left side. 2 outs, no one on. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped to the left side. Will it stay in play as it goes foul? No one's going to get there. As it lands in front of the Juab dugout, Marks battles to stay alive.
Yeah, none of the Juab defenders able to reach that ball. Again, Tyson Marks lives to see another pitch.
So Marks will stand back in on the left side. Count remains 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on base.
See Austin Park taking a deep breath, working hard out there.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Halverson is there, fields it, throw to first in time for the 4-3 ground out. So 3 up, 3 down go the Cougars. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. But through 6.5, it's Union 13, Juab 9 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
In the beginning, glass repair meant a long trip to the city. Inconvenient, but it got the job done. Then came the big chains, quick but costly. Then Clear Sight Glass Solutions rolled into town. For 15 years, they've been making your life easier with mobile and in-shop services. Because they're local, and they genuinely care about keeping you safe on the road. They even recalibrate for new models. Visit them on Main Street or at clearsightglasssolutions.com. Keep it clear, keep it local with Clear Sight Glass Solutions in Nephi.
Complete coverage of local high school.
Wasps as they trail Union 13-9 here in this one-loss semifinal game. The top of the order coming up for Juab with Bryce Bowles, Austin Park, and Connor Cowan. If they get to the fourth batter this inning, that will be the cleanup hitter Garrett Hofer. On the mound for a Union, Dylan Watahomigi.
Yeah, Dylan Watahomigi has thrown really well in his innings of work, and he's coming out, going to try and close this ball game down, trying to send the defending champs home.
Bowles stands in on the left side. First pitch, right down the middle, strike one.
It's a great start if you're Watahomigi. Again, strike one's your best friend. If you're Bryce Bowles, got to find some way to get on base.
Bowles is 2 for 4 in the game. He digs in as Watahomigi sets. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on the curveball.
Get a good curveball right there, lower part of the zone. Makes it 0-2 count.
Watahomigi sets. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That one way up for ball 1.
Yeah, I don't hate that pitch right there. Again, try to see if he chases. See if he can come back down and get a pitch in the zone.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch to Bowles, swung on, ground ball foul to the right side as he battles to stay alive.
Again, if you're Bryce Bowles, that's all you can do. You got to live to fight another pitch. Got to live to see another one.
He's back in on the left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Watahomigi sets. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Bowles will go down swinging for the first out of the inning. 6th strikeout of the game for Dylan Watahomigi.
Yeah, huge pitch right there. Huge out number 1 if you're a Union Cougar fan or Union Cougar player. Huge out number 1.
Juab down to their final 2 outs. Austin Park at the plate.
See Coach Labrum giving directions to his fielders.
Moving the outfield over and the infield. Playing Park heavy pull here. First pitch from Watahomigi. Hard ground ball, foul to the left side, strike 1.
Again, if you're Austin Park and the Juab Wasps, you have to understand that, again, you can't get all of them back in one swing. You got to get runners on. Got to play team baseball right here.
Park is 1 for 4 in the game. 2 ground outs to the shortstop, 1 pop up to the first baseman, and a 2-run home run. It's got 3 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. One misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, that's a good take right there by Austin Park. Pitch on the outside part of the zone. Lays off.
He's back in on the right side is Park. It's the 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2. Right down the middle for a 1-2 count.
Huge pitch right here coming up for Watahomigi and Austin Park.
4-run Cougar lead, trying to upset Juab twice this week. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one drops off low for ball 2.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Watahomigi. Almost looked like a changeup at the lower part of the zone. Austin Park able to hold off, make it a 2-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Park back in. Watahomigi sets. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back out of play as Park battles to stay alive.
Yeah, got a fastball right there, Austin did, and just barely missed it. Just barely missed it. 2-2 count. So the outfielder shifting more to the pull side.
Again, the 2-2 delivery. In the dirt for ball 3 and a full count to Park.
Huge full count pitch right here for Watahomigi. If you're a Union, you've got to get Austin out right here. Cannot allow him to get on base.
Counts full with 1 out, nobody on. Park back in on the right side as Watahomigi sets. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, fly ball into right center field, right where Cade Franson is playing for out number 2. An F9 for Park for the second out of the inning, and the Wasps are down to their final out.
Yeah, Austin hit it really hard, but the right fielder playing in the perfect spot. Goes right into his glove, makes it 2 outs. Again, Union feeling it.
Yes, they are. Coach Labrum out of the dugout telling Cade Franson to get back over there as he started to drift back towards traditional right field with Connor Cowan up. First pitch, big swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, you're almost feeling that Connor Cowan's trying to get all those runs back with that one swing. Again, he needs to shorten up right here. Don't try and do too much. Just got to find a hole. Again, if you put the ball on the opposite field, nobody down the line in right field.
There's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on the breaking ball. Wasps down to their final strike, trailing 13-9 here in the 7th inning. Watahomigi sets. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 1.
Again, it's a good take by Cowan right there. Again, seasons could come to an end on a pitch right there. Again, able to take a breath, lay off a breaking ball in the dirt. See if you can get a pitch you can handle. Able to keep their season alive.
The 1-2. Check swing. They'll appeal to first. Well, Now they will appeal to first. He did not go. Ball 2 in the dirt, 2-2 count.
Yeah, that home play umpire does not like appealing the calls. Very, very slow to do so.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Watomigi sets. The 2-2 to Cowan. Low for ball 3 and a full count.
Again, if you're Connor Cowan, did a great job battling back to make it full. Let's see who comes out on top right here, Watahomigi or Connor Cowan.
Again, he sets. Here's the payoff pitch. Curveball, drop in there for a called strike 3, and Cowan will go down looking for the 3rd out of the inning and the final out of the game as the Union Cougars, for the 2nd time this week, knock off number 2 Juab to end the Wasps season. Union will move on to play Manti this afternoon with a chance to move into the state championship on the line. We'll take the break and come back with the postgame show next. Your final, Union 13, Juab 9 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sam Pete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sampeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed. Electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Your source for high school sports.
KSVC.
Welcome back to Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Ty Hill on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports as the second-seeded Juab Wasps have their season come to an end as the number 7 Union Cougars beat them twice in the week with a 13-9 win here in the third day of the 3A Baseball State Tournament. Ty, your takeaway from this game?
I think it's the resilience of this Union Cougars ball club. Again, coming off of the game last night and then falling behind early in this game right here and being able to battle, have a huge 9-run inning in top of the 4th. It shows a lot about this Union ball club. And again, it's a whole different club than than what Manti saw yesterday. And I think Coach Labram has his team, playing well, playing really well.
Yes, they are playing good baseball in this one. They made some lineup changes in his batting order, and it certainly paid off for today. Let's look at the final numbers in this one. First off, for Union, they scored 13 runs. I have all 13 runs as earned runs. And on 16 hits, they did leave 9 runners on base, did the Cougars. And for Juab, they scored 9 runs. All of their runs were also earned on 10 hits. They left 9 runners on base and no errors for Juab defensively. Union did have 2 errors defensively in the game here in this one. Pitching-wise, for Union, Gavin Roberts got the start. He went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 4 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits, no strikeouts, no walks. Tyson Marks came in for 2 1/3, giving up 1 run. It was earned on 2 hits, 1 strikeout to 2 base on balls. Cooper Gardner gets the win on the mound. He goes an inning and a third, giving up 4 runs, all of them earned on 3 hits. He gave up 1 home run, had 1 strikeout and 1 base on balls. And then Dylan Watahomigi goes 2 2/3, giving up no runs, no hits, 7 strikeouts, and 0 base on balls.
Yeah, that's the huge thing to me was how well Dylan Watahomigi came out of the bullpen and straight up dominated this Juab Wasp lineup. I mean, he came out throwing really well. His fastball was clicking. His breaking balls were hitting corners. Juab was chasing. And Dylan Watahomigi, if I could give an MVP ball, that's who I would give it to.
Yeah, he was huge today, that's for sure. Pitching for Juab, Garrett Hofer got the start. He went 2+ innings, giving up 3 runs, all of them earned on 6 hits, and 1 strikeout to 1 base on balls for Hofer. Connor Cowan came in for 1+ inning, giving up 3 runs, all of them earned on 3 hits, 1 strikeout and 1 base on balls. And Austin Park will take the loss, going the final 4 innings, giving up 7 runs, all of them earned on 7 hits, 6 strikeouts to 2 base on balls for Austin Park in the game as Juab falls 13-9 to the Union Cougars. Trying to take a look at some of the batting stats here in this one, and the key to me for Union batting-wise was that 4-5. They moved Gavin Roberts into the 4, Hayden Rich at 5, and those 2 came through with 7 hits combined between the 2 of them. They combined for 4 RBIs in the game and 2 runs scored. That part of the order, and then, of course, the bottom part as well that did such a good job. 7 through 9 scored 5 runs for Union as well. So I think those middle 2 guys and then the bottom part were huge.
Absolutely. Again, the lineup change was a major impact for this Union Cougars ball club. Again, when you're having your whole lineup produce as it did in this game, especially your lower part of the lineup being able to get on and being able to score runs. Again, one ball I remember was Camden Franson's missile right down the line for a huge double to kind of spark a little rally for Union. So if you're Union, you're feeling a lot better going into this Manti game tonight.
Yes, absolutely. That's for sure. So looking at those Union batters, so Peyton Marks goes 3 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. You see Hayden Rich goes 3 for 5, an RBI and a run scored. PJ Hancock 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Tyson Marks 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Camden Franson 2 for 3, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored in the game for Union. So lots of guys got it done. The only one that didn't get a hit was Gannon Labram, and he had some great at-bats. He did end up reaching base 3 times. He walked 3 times, once intentionally, and came around to score a run. But everyone in the lineup got a hit with the exception of him, but he still reached 3 times.
Yeah, like I mentioned during the game, it felt like he fell behind in counts a lot of 0-2 counts with him. Being able to battle all the way back. I think he battled the full count both times. The only time it wasn't was when he intentionally walked. But it just felt, with him not playing yesterday, now him in the lineup today, like I said, it feels like a whole different Union baseball team.
And he made some great plays in the outfield
Absolutely.
that were certainly a big factor as well for the Cougars in this one. Taking a look at the stats here for Juab as well as I try to get those finished up for you. As Juab has their season come to an end here today, the defending champions are out. And they were led, Bryce Bowles 2 for 5, 2 runs scored. Austin Park 1 for 5. He did have 3 RBIs and a run scored. Garrett Hofer goes 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Kai Hansen 1 for 3, 2 runs scored in his position. Hayden Adams scoring those for him. Kenyon Mattinson 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored in the game as well for Juab. Everybody in Juab's lineup, every spot in the order got a hit. So it's not like they weren't getting on base. But when you give up 13 runs, it's tough to win.
Yeah, it's hard to win when your pitching gives up that many runs. Again, you don't see Connor Cowan or Austin Park get rattled like they did. That's what I think kind of came down, and what the heart of this game was how Union was able to rattle Connor Cowan and Austin Park on the mound, and that whole Juab ball club. Again, normally you'll never see them show any emotion on the field, but Union was able to do that. Again, it's an elimination game. Of course, you're going to see some emotion, but Union was able to get that and capitalize on all that emotion that they got out of Juab.
So that's going to pretty well do it for us here as Union wins 13-9. We're going to get ready for the next game of the day, which is Emory and Morgan. First pitch is about 20 minutes from now. We're going to step away from the mics for a little bit to get ready for game 2, as that's another elimination game in the other bracket between the Trojans and the Spartans. And so it should be a great matchup there. As we look at what's coming up next for Union, they play Manti. That game was scheduled for 4:30. If they can get back on time, it'll be around then. If not, closer to 5 o'clock for that game at this afternoon. That'll be if Manti wins, they move on to the state championship series. If they lose, if Union wins, then they'll play another game tomorrow at 4:30 here at Salt Lake Community College. So that's what's on the line in that one. Then, of course, later tonight, the winner of this Emory-Morgan game will play Canyon View with that same scenario on the line, with the berth of the state championship series on the line. So that'll do it for us. He's Ty Hill. Appreciate Adam Coombs, Joe Williams here running the controls, Bo and Jason back in the studios. I'm Robert Lovell. Thank you for listening and watching, and have a great day, everybody.
You've been listening to High School Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.